Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. JPEG. 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 JPEG, 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 JPEG. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
What a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. I just want a picture of a. I just want a picture of a. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Get your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, you wanna jam. Party people in the house, let's go. It's your boy KCI. So, let's have
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. JPEG. 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 JPEG, 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 JPEG. I look like I know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
What a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. Goddamn hot dog. I just want a picture of a. I just want a picture of a. Goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
Hey, welcome to the stream. So, well, yeah, it's a weird night, but we're gonna try and do something pretty fun for you, hopefully, today. Okay, so, you'll see that there is a small little black kitty cat on the left side of the screen. Now, I kept the cat over there because, you know, I'm calamari for the opening and cats love seafood. So I figured it'd be safest to keep them over there. But that little cat's name is Bersy. Bersy's been a good friend of mine for a very long time. We've played in many tabletop RPGs, where Bersy's run the game and I've run the game. We've known each other for quite some time. They live all the way in distant California, which is in a fictional universe. In another world. So... So we are going to be doing a Magic the Gathering lecture tonight. And don't worry, if it sucks, we'll just watch ghost videos and food videos or something. All right, let me go ahead and get Bersy into the call. And we will see how it goes from there. Because we've been planning this for a while. Tiny Cat TED Talk. Basically banter. Basically. All right, let me get Bersy in. Hey, Zoe. Oh, Bersy, this will be perfect because Eldritch Zoe, I don't know if she knows much about magic, but she is a Yu-Gi-Oh expert, so we can possibly... Cookie attack! We can possibly get a comparative historical analysis of Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh between the both of you. Oh, that little cat! That tiny cat! This was worth every penny I paid for that extra avatar.
I gotta say, all I know about Yu-Gi-Oh is the main character wore a lot of belts, and there's something called the Shadow Realm in Friendship.
Yeah, people get sent to the
Magic doesn't
Shadow
have
Realm a
friendship.
lot.
There is no friendship in Magic.
Yeah, none. Zero. Zero
None.
friendship in
Nope.
Magic. We want to get
Nope,
that
well
out of the way
established.
right now. Confirmed. Zero friendship.
Confirmed, no friendship in Magic.
Well, here's the thing. We're not going to be playing Magic so much as we are going to have Bersy do a lecture and tell us all
Yes.
about Magic.
Mhm.
I did...
Most-
Now, here's the thing. I did download Magic Gathering Arena, just in case. So I do have that in the back... I do have it in my back pocket as a backup plan. Alright, let's go ahead and switch over to the main screen. There we go. Perfect. Bersy talks about the story of Magic the Gathering for hours. Buckle up, kids. So, Bersy, can you give us a little synopsis of what you hope to cover today? Like, what the fuck is this going to actually be about?
Okay, buckle up, kids. So, first off, I'm going to preface...
Hey, hang on one second. Everybody, you guys can hear Bersy, like, clearly and audibly, like, no trouble hearing him?
Oh, yes. Yes, you will enjoy my white background. This is not a talented PowerPoint presentation. This is the PowerPoint presentations you'd experience in middle school, kids.
Oh, boy. Fun.
So, first off, I am going to preface two things. One, I will not be talking about the financial situation with Magic. If you want to know more about that, it's NFTs. The card game is NFTs. That is what they are.
But if we later, if we have time, what can we?
I mean,
Can we talk about how Magic is? Can we talk about how Magic is sold out and it's only for the rich people now?
Oh no, Magic has always been NFTs. Like that's the secret. That is the secret. Two, I am gonna try and avoid talking about like the actual cards because that is a whole can of worms I don't want to get into.
Card worms.
What I will be talking about specifically is the story and lore of Magic, which is fascinating, and if any of you run any kind of RPGs or do creative writing, I strongly suggest you do deeper dives into after I've like gone through this, because it is a surprisingly interesting story. For a collectible card game. Oh, you're giving me a chair.
Yep. Got a little chair right there.
Okay.
Okay, alright, cool.
Yes.
I actually need to turn the fucking chair, like... I built this set in, like, an hour, so... Whee! There we go. Chair.
Yes, well,
Lock
if it
the
makes
chair.
you feel any better, it took me a couple days to make this PowerPoint, but it'll look like I made it in an hour.
Put you here and... I could put you over here and flip you around. Make you face the other way.
Yeah, no.
Or do you want to be over here in your little teaching chair? For now.
I don't care.
Alright.
Put me wherever.
Okay.
I am at your mercy because you decided to liberally use my request to have a vessel that could devour and kill my enemies as a pet.
I gave you literally I gave you an apex predator. Listen, your other choice was frog. Or a copy of me.
No. Listen, we don't want to get into the narcissism. I don't want to be you. You'll just
But
stare at
Bersy,
yourself
if you're
for
my
hours.
clone, neither of us will be virgins.
Tempting.
Yeah, see, I see the line. I am not sure how to get rid of that. Like, I tried cropping both sides. It won't go away.
It's because I need to be contained in a box.
Maybe.
There's too much power.
Can you change the background color real quick on your avatar?
Okay,
It's on the
let's
little
try
grid.
that.
Yeah. It's in the grid, yeah. Just like rotate through the different colors. No?
There's green.
Yeah. The hell color do I use? CA, what color do you use? We use gray, right? It should be gray.
Could it be the image mode? Like if I go image mode smooth versus sharp.
Yeah, go smooth.
Smooth.
Now try sharp. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm just gonna shove you down here. Listen, folks, there is a single black line. Get used to it. Alright, so where do we begin? Professor
Okay,
Bersy,
well,
in the story
uh,
of Magic the Gathering.
I'm actually going to go into a personal story of mine.
Okay.
So, the year is 2000.
Ooh. Ooh, I
And
remember artwork like this.
and I want you to picture a young 10-year-old Bersy.
Oh, it's a kitten.
He's been told by one of his friends that Pokemon cards are for babies.
Pokemon cards for babies, noted.
Yes, yeah. But he still wants to collect
Something.
more grown-up cards, right?
Okay, yeah, because cards are cool.
So he goes down to his local mall where there is a Wizards of the Coast store.
Oh.
Because before
Like an wait. An actual. What is a Wizards of a Coast store?
it was Wizards used to actually own a chain of stores. And
Were they on the
it was
coast?
a hobby shop. It was a chain of hobby shops that was run by Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, I
If you're
didn't know
wondering
this.
why there are none anymore, it's because Wizards decided to not hold on to a very prominent card game they were supporting called Pokemon.
Huh.
Which, as we know, as soon as Wizards of the Coast let their copyright over Pokemon Go, the card game disappeared and it's never been a thing since.
Yeah, and what even is a Pokemon?
Nobody knows.
Chat,
Don't look
if
at
you
the
know what a
furry
if you know what a Pokemon is, please write in. I'll put my PO box at the end. I only accept snail mail. If you know what a Pokemon is, please tell us.
And going off of Zoe, yeah, they actually would sell Warhammer stuff there as well.
Nice.
But anyway, I go down there, and one of my friends said that Magic the Gathering is the it game. And at the time...
So it involves a clown from the sewer? The sewer clown game?
I mean, at that age, I probably could have been lured into a sewer by a clown.
Yeah, fuck me too, man.
Would
Me
have
too.
happened. They would have told me that there's some fun stuff down there, and there I go. Off I go. Eaten by a clown.
Well, hold on.
So-
Princess Fluffbutt has the new comment of the chat now. What is a Pokemon? A miserable pile of secrets. There we go. That's the new top chat. That's the new pin chat comment.
So, the first product I ever bought in Magic was this tournament pack from the Invasion set. And I picked it specifically because it had that cool-ass picture of that dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that dragon was.
That is... What is that? The Blue Eyes White Dragon, right?
Yes, that's exactly what the dragon is. And if you notice, its head is kind of cocked to the side. It's very sassy looking.
Very sassy.
And I'm just like, that's a cool dragon. But
you know, I like my dragon
notice-
sassy.
if you notice, I made one key mistake, and it's listed on that product. It says-
Expert?
Yes, it says expert. I did not pay attention to that.
You were not an expert at the time?
Realize I wasn't an expert. I didn't realize that because I wasn't an expert, I didn't realize that this was, being a tournament pack, was basically 3 booster packs set in a deck box with lands.
Okay, so could you build a deck out of that?
It was intended for draft.
What is draft?
That's a whole bunch of complicated stuff.
Okay.
Draft is basically like, you open 3 packs, you pick one, and then you pass it to the next person.
Oh,
and
okay,
it goes
okay.
around
Okay,
until
so
you have a deck.
Okay. So it's a way to trick people into buying cards.
It's more of a way to prevent people from... It makes the game more randomized than it already is. And it's a way of, like, limiting what people can do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, draft is pretty fun. It's just pricey.
Pricey. Get used to that, chat. We're going to be hearing about that a lot later.
You actually won't be. Hopefully.
Oh, yay.
Like, this is only
Mostly
one of the few times
history?
I'm going to be talking about the...
So
Yeah,
this is mostly lore today, right? But in the future,
mostly lore.
But in the future, if this goes well, we can bring you back for more strategery, and stuff
you
and
could
things.
probably talk to me about that stuff. Yeah.
Yee.
But what I didn't realize is that this dragon is not in this deck.
Wait, so there's a dragon on a box, but you did in fact not get a dragon in the
No,
box?
it is. I didn't realize that in the back in big letters it says 75 randomly assorted cards from the invasion block.
Yikes.
So I opened it.
Mm-hmm. Next slide, please.
Yes, I meant to
There
do
we go.
that. And so first off, that's the actual card of Trevor the Renewer. But the cards I got were the rares I got were Sabotavik, which traumatized me as a child. It is terrifying to look at. Spinal Embrace, which is also a horrifying card, and the Kavu Monarch.
Okay. Spinal. Oh God, that one's kind of. That one's a little creepy
for a
looking.
child, I was like, and there are actual cards that show those things inserting themselves into people's spines.
Nice.
But the card I did get is I got a card called Treva's Attendant, which is specifically tied into Treva the card.
And I assume
And
that
if you
the
know-
dragon on the side is to show that that's the card that you did not get.
Yes, that is the card I did not get.
Okay.
That is the actual card.
Okay.
Even at this time in Magic, it's not a good card.
Okay.
But I like it.
Oh, I gotta move.
Someone's petting my butt.
Yep, I gotta move your butt pets. Make your butt pets more butt pet.
But
Continue.
the card I did get, Treva's Attendant, I noticed something, and at the bottom of that card, there's a little italicized sentence. Treva is the voice of the Ur-Dragon, demanding cries of worship.
ドリドリドリドリ
I immediately wanted to know what that meant.
ブレンニュー
Oh, now it's a cat.
Now it's a cat. Now it's back to that. Okay, so yeah, what was that? What was on the bottom of the card again?
In italicized, Treva is the voice of the Ur-Dragon, demanding cries of worship.
Okay.
I immediately wanted to know what that was because I got, as I opened like packs of this, I'd find other attendants,
Mm-hmm.
and each one would have a quote about how the dragon
Good
in
on
question
you.
was related to something called the Ur-Dragon.
Okay. And is like the primal, original sort of thing, right?
Yes, but I didn't know that at the time, and I really wanted to look that up.
Okay. Was this
And-
before or after Google?
This was before Google.
Before Google. Oh, fuck.
Before Google. So I couldn't even look this stuff up online. Also because I was too young, my parents wouldn't allow me on the internet. If ever you have kids, don't let them on the internet until they're at least 18.
Yeah, the internet's pretty bad, chat.
It's
Don't go
cesspool.
there.
Luckily for me, though, Magic the Gathering was smart, and they realized that they'd be getting people in on the lore. So they'd sell these fat packs that included some
Is that
booster packs.
is that teacher? Is that the technical name? Fat Pack?
Yes, that if you actually look on the little thing here in the bottom, it says Fat Pack.
Gotcha. Fat Pack. Okay.
And these would include booster packs as well as a copy of the book from the set.
The book?
The book.
Like a
The book-
novel?
Yes, a novel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which made it an excellent way for me to convince my parents to buy them for me.
Because
I
it
tell
was
them-
reading.
Yes, it was reading.
Brilliant.
Yes. And the stories were not that bad. If I could describe them, they are on the level of Dragonlance.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, I've read some
where they are
Dragonlance.
they're pulpy fiction. But there are some times where they like kind of cross that barrier and become really good. Now, before I get into the story, I just want to one aside a character that I have to mention.
Hold on. Mental Marsupial on the internet comment. Agreed. My sources, raised on the internet. Yep, raised by the internet.
Yep.
And Eldridge Zoe does say that if you are under 18, you can only use Disney's Toontown Online or Club Penguin, nothing else, for the internet. Those are the rules. Those are the rules.
So, aside, I want to talk about this guy right here, Garth One Eye.
Ooh, animation.
Yes.
Tell us about Garth the One-Eye.
Garth One Eye was one of the first characters who occurred in Magic. I haven't actually read his book, which is Magic the Gathering Arena. It was the first book they produced.
Oh, okay.
But what that story attempted to do is it attempted to um, put a narrative to the card game you're actually playing.
Okay, so this sets up like the premise of like what the
How
meta
Magic-
universe of Magic
Yes,
is. Like
how
what
Magic
'cause-
works as the meta.
Okay,
Basically,
so
when-
the only thing I knew about Magic when I was a little squid and I played it was that it's your wizards summoning monsters and fighting over land.
Yes, and that's so that's close. That's where it kind of comes from. What
Okay.
Magic is you're both players are entities called planeswalkers, which I'll get into. And when you play land, you aren't actually playing a land. What you are playing is an idea. Your hand is basically the thoughts that are in your head, and your deck is your mind.
What?
Yes. And that is what this book established. So when you play a land, in order for you to access your mana as a wizard, you have to think of, like, say, a mountain to produce red mana.
So you had to think of a mountain?
Yes.
This is
Think
our.
of the mountain. Like Captain Kirk.
Oh yeah, Captain Kirk went to the mountain.
And yes. And what that would let you do is that would let you cast spells or summon creatures to the field. And
So how did they put this in a narrative novel?
that's exactly what they did. Basically what Magic the Gathering Arena is the main character was Garth One-Eye, and it was him describing games of Magic from a wizard's point of view in like a meta sense.
Oh, I think I
So-
hate this.
So one of his opponents would cast a spell on him that in the card game would cause you to discard a card, and for him he'd just forget what he was about to do.
Okay.
A notable thing that he does here is he uses a Black Lotus to summon a Shivan Dragon, which even at the time was generally considered to be a very bad play.
Okay, I will have to take your word for that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about. I haven't actually read the entire book, just
Okay.
synopsis.
But that is
and
so that's the plot, is that wizards sit in a room and think at each other.
that is how the card game works, yes. That is not how the storyline of Magic goes, which that's a lot. But,
Delta, that was in fact a Star Trek reference. It was.
yes. So, what is a Planeswalker?
What is a planeswalker?
What is a Planeswalker?
Okay.
So, first off, I'm going to have to talk about, there are two kinds of Planeswalkers. Old Planeswalkers, who...
Are those just geriatric planeswalkers, or are they just like there's
no,
two types?
there's an actual event that separates them. Basically,
Okay.
what it is in terms of the card game is at one point, Planeswalkers were just characters in the lore, and the next point, they are cards that you can play.
Okay.
Old World Planeswalkers, they could traverse the multiverse, they had godlike powers, could bend reality to their will, were
Mhm.
immortal, and the only limit to their power was their knowledge.
Okay.
New World Planeswalkers, they can traverse the multiverse. Their power is limited to whatever they're familiar with, and they might be immortal. Some of them are immortal. I don't know. A good example is if you were a New World Planeswalker, your affinity would be ink, because you are
Okay.
familiar with ink.
Okay.
You are the ink mage.
Okay, I'm an ink
the
mage.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
If you
digging
were
it.
an Old World Planeswalker, you'd have that power over ink. But if you learned anything else, you could have power over that as well.
Okay.
And so the thing that both of these have in common is that if you have the chance to become a Planeswalker, you're born with something called a spark. And the thing that awakens that spark that turns you into a Planeswalker is you have to suffer an experience that makes you want to go, I no longer want to live on this planet anymore.
Much like many of us do nowadays.
Yes. Any sort of severe emotional trauma or realization will turn someone into a Planeswalker.
Like, what if I'm just a card, man? What if I'm just a card in a child's game? poof, you're a
little bit
planeswalker.
more traumatizing than that.
Okay, a little more traumatizing. Okay.
Yeah. Like, to give you an example, one planeswalker who's a dragon becomes a planeswalker when he realizes that despite being a dragon, he is not the strongest.
Okay.
And he becomes a planeswalker from that.
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
it can be
Oh, I
very
guess
dumb.
here's the thing. If you're a dragon, I guess that is pretty traumatizing. Realizing
talk
that,
about
that
that
you're not the
later.
strongest. Okay. That definitely seems very traumatizing if you are in fact a dragon.
Now, the next plot point.
Hold up.
The
Mental
next thing I wanna go
Marsupial says, wait, so if they're cards, does that mean they are in-game, it's like a wizard doing an invocation of that planeswalker?
In game, it means that you are summoning that planeswalker to help you. In fact, planeswalkers, in terms of their health, actually behave like a player.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And basically, when their health reaches 0, they just fuck off and they no longer want to deal with you because you almost got them killed.
Okay.
Ooga booga something something dark side.
So, next plot point, Dominaria and you.
Dominaria. So, okay, is this where all of Magic takes place?
So, magic takes place in a multiverse.
Uh-huh.
But where a lot of the story takes place is a plane called Dominaria, which, if I could summarize, Pink, you've just experienced a traumatic experience. There are no more hot dogs. They were outlawed by your government.
Fuck, what?
Right?
Travesty,
That
we rise
trauma-
up!
Yes, that trauma ignites your spark, and you are suddenly thrown into basically space.
Okay.
Now, you could travel to any of the stars in this multiverse space, but one star is brighter than all the others.
Okay, so like a moth to a flame sort of thing? Like, okay, so like
Yes.
this would be the weak point. It's easy to get to Dominaria, people are sort of drawn to it.
Yes, it is
Okay.
a nexus point for this multiverse.
Okay.
And it's also like a location where there is just a shit ton of magic. Like
An absolute shit ton. Okay.
Getting more into the lore, I just want to mention these are things that are neat, but I won't be talking about. Basically, these sets.
Things that are neat, but I won't be talking about it. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Basically, what all these sets took place. These took place when Magic the Gathering was just a comic book,
Mm-hmm.
and there are interesting things in it.
Oh, I remember some of these, like Fallen Empire, Ice Age.
Yep.
Yeah, I
There-
remember when these
there-
came out as expansions, and everybody was like
Yeah.
real fucking excited.
Yeah, they're very interesting.
Now
but-
there's like an expansion every week.
Yeah, every week. They're interesting, but the problem with them is that they're very low scale. Like a
Yeah,
lot
like
of
wasn't
you
early
notice-
Magic like just like street fights and like little battles between city states?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what it was in this set.
Yeah.
If you look at the bottom, there's Dakon Dark Blade, and it's basically Conan style.
So like if we were
Um,
talking like
That's how the
D&D,
comics are.
if we were talking D&D, this would be adventure levels like 1 through 5.
Yes, exactly.
Like you ain't saving the fucking world.
And
At the best,
the
maybe you're
thing-
saving the kingdom.
The thing that I admittedly do not like about
Mhm.
new Magic is they have a horrible tendency of going back to this period and retconning people to be more important and multiversal threats than they actually were.
Oh, at the time, because once you hit the
Like-
Dragon Ball Z problem, you got to make your oldies seem much cooler than they were.
Like, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a guy named Limdal. And Limdal is really cool. He's a necromancer.
As necromancers
But-
are just cool.
But it's hard to make a necromancer a threat to an entire multiverse and not just a single town where he wants to turn everyone into zombies.
Right, right.
And I mean, to give you another idea, one of the arts there is from a card called Gabriel Angelfire, which is Gabriel, the angel from
I would
biblical
assume that is the human with the wings on the far right, right?
Yes. Yes.
They look so vanilla.
Yeah, they don't come up at all in the story. There's no point to them. They just made a like someone's like, we need a card to fill. Let's make Gabriel.
Do you think it was a little bit of like
angel.
after Satanic Panic stuff? We should put angels in so that people can tell their
maybe.
parents that I'm making an angel army. So
Yeah,
please, mom,
yeah.
let me buy magic cards so I can make my
Oh,
not
oh,
devil
one of-
army.
One of my friends in high school outright convinced his Christian parents to let him play Magic the Gathering because he made an angel deck.
Did he also have a devil deck?
Oddly enough, the next deck he made was a devil-themed Rakdos deck, and his parents were none the wiser.
Fuck yeah.
And in case you don't know what Rakdos is something I will get into later. Think a lot
Devil
of
deck.
kings.
I could go for some
Okay.
devil deck.
So, my thesis statement. Every
Okay.
important Magic the Gathering event can be traced to one of these three events. A woman uses friend zone to seal away not Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Sibling rivalry between not Elon Musk and his brother over naming rights of a rock ends in 80% of all life being obliterated.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Girl boss goes full Me Too, saves the universe from the problems not Mark Zuckerberg and not Elon Musk caused.
Okay, so like when we're using Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, we're talking like what it was the equivalent of magic billionaire wizards?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna go into one of the Magic books. This wasn't actually a set that was made. This was a book meant to fluff out the universe more. And
Okay.
in all honesty, if you find this book, I'd recommend you read it.
Okay.
This
Thran?
book is called The Thran.
Okay.
It features Rebecca, aka the most underrated character in Magic the Gathering.
And I assume that's who's on the cover, right?
Yes.
The
The Thran is a prequel. It focuses on a magic civilization known as the Thran, who basically were exceptionally technologically advanced.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
to the point where, like, they were creating sentient souls and putting them into machines for fun. They were
Okay.
literally an entire civilization of techni-magic wizards who were doing the whole thing of creating shotguns and just leaving them around. And
Okay.
this won't become a problem later.
Hey, Green V, welcome to the stream. We're doing a talk about Magic the Gathering today and the history and lore. So,
I
Bersy,
forgot there was an animation on this.
Nope. Hang on. One hot second, Bersy. One hot second. Here we go. Turn this off for a second. Is that gonna work? Nope, that is not gonna work. That is not the right button. Because I want to show chat something here that
Okay.
I just saw that is in relation to Magic the Gathering in a sort of roundabout way.
I'm
So I
scared.
went to Amazon because like I like book recommendations. I'm down with book recommendations.
Oh no! I'm scared.
So I
Pink.
looked up the Thran, and I was like,
Oh, no.
okay,
Oh no!
cool.
Is this?
Cool. So this was this is the book that is immediately below the Thran. Say Thran the Magic Gathering, $4.99. Cool. Then there's this free book with Kindle Unlimited called Thran: Enemies to Lovers, Forced Proximity, Sci-Fi Romance, Galaxy Sanctuary Alien Abduction Romance Series Book 1.
God, that is. You know
And
what?
I'm like,
Pick up
and
both
there's
of
like
them,
this thirsty demon on the cover.
Pink.
And that
Pick up
demon
both
is
of
so thirsty.
them. Pink. Pick
Yeah.
up both of them.
Yeah, I could get both. I mean, this one's free. And there's like this super thirsty demon on the cover. And then like inside the book, like this is the level of art.
Oh God, that's.
Look at that thirsty demon, chat. Fuck. That guy's got veins for days. Fuck me.
Imagine how veiny he is elsewhere.
Oh, fuck. Maybe too veiny. All right, there we go. Let's turn this back on. There we go. Okay. Back to this.
So, the Thran at the point. The story is all from Rebecca's perspective, and she is basically the civil engineer of the Thran. And the Thran right now have a problem because for a long time, poor people are dying. Like, the poor people, they have mining stuff for them, are dying.
Okay.
And at first they're like, this isn't our problem. And then it begins to affect the rich people in the Thran.
That book.
Eldritch Zoe says
Oh, I'll take a drink. Bersy, if you got a drink, you take a drink too.
Oh.
I'm showing that the Thran, if I wanted a paperback copy of it, that book would cost me nearly $100.
Yep, it's a hard find. So Rebecca's in a bind,
Mm-hmm.
and so luckily through some help, a completely trustworthy, not a murderer, Yawgmoth has ideas as to how to
No
help.
murder. None.
No murder. Don't pay attention to the stuff at the bottom there. Like, I mean, no, like, the person who recommended him to her knew about all this stuff, but like, just don't pay attention to it. Don't pay attention to all of the war crimes because it didn't happen to Thran. It happened to other less desirable, in
Okay.
quotation mark,
Gotcha.
races.
Mental Marsupial's like, sheesh, expensive literature. Fits the Wizards of the Coast. Listen, you can get the Kindle version for $5. If you want a paperback, it's going to cost you. Just like Magic.
So Yawgmoth here
Uh-huh.
is our Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay. Okay, so he's like the original founder of Magic Book.
No. He is the titular villain of the series. To give you an idea, his name isn't Yawgmoth. He chose that name himself because he thought it sounded cool.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, Yawgmoth wasn't just a joke name that you were giving us.
No, Yawgmoth is his name.
Yawgmoth is his actual name. Okay.
Yep.
I feel like somebody's cat walked on the keyboard and that's how he got his name.
Possibly. Possibly that is what happened. Now, Yawgmoth agrees to help because he sees Rebecca and is immediately smitten with her.
Okay. Like you are.
Rebecca is attractive and smart.
Okay. I'm attracted to those two things as well.
Mm-hmm. Yawgmoth actually does some good. First off, he realizes that the thing that they are using to power their civilization is killing them.
Oh, magic radiation.
Yes. These things called power stones, which are very important and are basically bottled souls.
Oh.
He realizes that it's killing them.
Okay.
Rebecca goes to the city council of higher ups and is like, "Hey, we need to drastically change our way of life. Otherwise, we're just going to keep getting poisoned." And of course, you know what they say?
I'm waiting. Tell me.
No.
Wait.
Of course they say no. They don't care. They want another solution that lets them live their lives.
Okay.
And not have to deal with the consequences of their actions.
All right.
And that's where Yawgmoth once again comes in. He's like, "Hey guys, I met this person who's a planeswalker."
And this is new to the world. Like planeswalkers are a new discovery, right?
Yes. A planeswalker literally just shows up and is like, "Oh shit, this place is really advanced."
Okay.
And introduces themselves to Yawgmoth, and Yawgmoth is like, "Hey, I have this friend who's a planeswalker. Why don't we just travel to a different dimension and I could find a cure for the Power Stone sickness there? That way, we can exploit our lifestyle and not have to deal with, the consequences of global warming, Power Stones at all."
Yeah, kind of like magic, healing magic like in The Witcher. Yeah.
By the way, this was in the 90s, this story.
Okay.
So
this was a very big nuclear power analogy thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
So, this planeswalker, I'm not saying the name because the name isn't important. This planeswalker creates a device with the help of Yawgmoth to let anyone travel from plane to plane.
You have a good alert, Cookie? Okay, so like Yawgmoth, a portal, like a Stargate.
Yeah, that's basically what I have pictured there. Yawgmoth, and then go exploring. And one of the planes where they
and now this is, just to be clear, this is Yawgmoth, not a war criminal, not Mark Zuckerberg.
Not Mark Zuckerberg, yes.
And this is what the story wants you to feel about him.
The story is from Rebecca's perspective.
Okay.
And the way she views Yawgmoth is she's basically like, I can't argue with his results. But he's a little sneaky and a little creepy.
Okay, all right.
So Yawgmoth finds a
That's a
plane
little sus, but okay.
called that he names Phyrexia, which of Yawgmoth's naming scheme, Phyrexia, I actually enjoy it.
Yeah,
Rolls
like
off the tongue
Phyrexia is.
very well.
Here's the thing. I like Phyrexia. I like the name. It rolls off the tongue. It's kind of cool. So I do like the name.
Now,
What is Phyrexia?
Phyrexia is a plane that is made by another planeswalker. Who made it? Nobody knows. It's never discussed. But it consists of several layers, and it's all machinery,
Like an onion?
like an onion.
But
You can
a
actually
machine onion.
a machine onion.
A
yes.
onion.
The important thing Yawgmoth discovers there is what he describes as glistening oil. What it actually is it's magic.
Glistening oil, you
nanotech.
say? Okay.
It's magic nanotech.
Okay.
And what he finds is that with this glistening oil,
Glistening.
you can pretty much repair your body. You can heal yourself.
Yeah, you got the chat's attention with glistening oil. Go continue.
Yes. Yes. So he strongly encourages all these people to rub glistening oil all over themselves.
Okay. To cure themselves from the magic cancer.
Yes, the magic cancer, but not only that, it also reinvigorates people. It makes it so that their bodies become more youthful.
Okay.
And it makes it so that their body can be modified.
Okay, with like
So-
machines or like
Yes,
bioengineering or like just straight up magic?
it means that if I wanted to, could remove my hand, replace it with just a metal hand that has like no real intricacy to it, and
Just like a
eventually-
statue's hand.
Yes, with a statue's hand, and eventually my hand will assimilate that metal part as my hand.
And it'll start working like a hand again.
It'll start working like a hand again.
Okay, that's pretty cool actually. I'm down
It
with
is
that.
very cool. But Yawgmoth also discovers something else.
Oh no.
It makes people very susceptible
Oh, no.
to subliminal messaging. Makes them easier to
Okay.
control.
Okay, I kind of see where this is going. All right.
And Yawgmoth then decides there's no way we can bring as much as this oil back to the Thrawn to heal everyone. So I have a proposal. Let's move the Phyrexian population to, as pictured on this undiscovered paradise, Phyrexia.
Wait. They're moving the population from his home plane to Phyrexia
Yes, move
Okay.
the entire population of the Thran to
to
Phyrexia.
Phyrexia. So like
Which-
everybody gets in the portal and we're all gonna bug out to Magic World.
Yeah, and it's actually really funny because it goes in how Yawgmoth sells this, and the way he sells it is that he only shows people and describes people the first layer of Phyrexia,
Which is nice.
It looks like a paradise.
Okay, so
It
like the
looks
surface,
that
the surface is a paradise.
until you look closer and realize that all the plants are plastic.
Oh.
All the water, all the animals that exist there are metal, and you cannot eat them.
Uh-oh.
And the water is acidic.
Oh.
It is a paradise only in picture.
Oh. Fuck. And he's moving a couple million people here?
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Now, Yawgmoth,
Still loving that name. Yawgmoth.
so you know his planeswalker friend?
Yeah, the one who didn't get a name because they weren't important enough.
Now, Yawgmoth really wants to impress Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's doing everything. Like every
Oh,
time.
he's doing it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Every time he does something, he goes up to Rebecca and is just like, hey, so I found a cure. And
Hey, I found a cure to the magic cancer.
yeah, it cures magic cancer. Come on.
Yeah,
You should
it'll
come
be
to
great.
Phyrexia. Check it out. It's
I'm gonna
my
save
get the magic
everyone. It'll be great.
Let your guard down. That kind of stuff. And he's still doing this even after she gets married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's a creeper.
So one of the things that he logs in his brain is that Rebecca's really impressed with his planeswalker friend.
Okay.
So he decides, hey,
I need to be a
Planeswalker gal,
I need to be a
show me how to
planeswalker.
be a planeswalker. And she's just like, I can't. It's a trauma I experienced that made me a planeswalker. He's
Well,
like, "I don't-"
traumatize me then.
Yeah, he just says, no, what he says is he says, "I don't believe you," and dissects her.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
And that's why
He
she doesn't
takes
have a
her-
name, huh?
He takes her to Phyrexia, gives her some of that oil so she will never die,
Oh,
and keeps
oh.
her alive, trying to get her to planeswalk and figure out how it's done. Yeah.
Oh, this is Magic the Gathering. This is certainly not kink material, right?
Yep.
Hold up. So you're telling me rubbing myself down in an oil that improves my virility and stamina, but costs of being susceptible to hypnosis, you say? According to chat.
Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now, the tragic thing is that Yawgmoth doesn't realize that to be a planeswalker is a spiritual thing. Like, it is something that you have to experience personally. It's not something you can just dissect and understand.
So, like Mark Zuckerberg having trouble understanding basic humanity.
So,
On an
what
empathetic
Yawgmoth
level.
does is he combines himself with Phyrexia.
The
And
whole
if you notice,
fucking thing?
that's him. Yes, if you notice, that's him right there, and that big scary face is Yawgmoth. Like, he turns himself into that.
So Yawgmoth is
Rebecca-
the scary face or the little person in the center?
Both.
Oh.
Rebecca shows up. Yawgmoth is like, "Hey, check it out. All the Thran are happy here. I'm as like they're being dissected in the background, turned into monstrosities." Rebecca sees this, goes, "Yeah, this is great." Yawgmoth turns, walks out the door, and then closes the portal to Phyrexia forever, trapping him there.
And this is after millions of people have already been fucked.
Yes, she is just like, "Listen, you fucks didn't listen to me. I'm out."
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk about Phyrexia a little. So the Phyrexians in Magic are always these horrific H.R. Geiger style.
Yeah, I kind
creatures.
of remember these cards. I remember some of these.
And like they are always depicted as horrifying.
Yeah. They're nightmares.
And-
They're like horrific mechanical abominations that seek to be life.
And unsettling, but the thing that is always fascinated me about them is Yawgmoth himself, because after the Thrawn, Yawgmoth's perspective is no longer in the story. We only hear about people reacting to Yawgmoth. Like, the Phyrexians themselves, being horrible monstrosities, are scared of Yawgmoth.
So are we still in book 1 right now, or are we moving on to other books?
We're going to be moving on, but I
Okay.
just want to talk about this a little.
Okay.
And the thing that is interesting is that it'll come up later,
Mm-hmm.
but Yawgmoth never stops being that petulant child
Oh
who
no.
got scorned by a lover.
Oh no.
And that's one of the things that I find fascinating.
It's Twitter, but
is
on the
that-
whole plane.
Yes, exactly. Everyone. Like, all these monsters that are horrifying are scared of Yawgmoth, but Yawgmoth is just a petulant child.
Okay.
So, and thus the portal remains sealed forever, never to be opened again, right?
Correct.
Until.
Unless
Until these chucklefucks show up. So, here we
can
got
we
two
can we
brothers.
can we go back one slide?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to get a good look at these young lads who both
this is
look
the
pretty
actual book.
fucked up.
Another book I'd recommend reading called The Brothers' War.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that you see in the background is the portal to Phyrexia. That's just to give you an idea how big it is.
Ooh, it's like an upside down mask looking thing.
That mask is actually the symbol for Phyrexians.
Okay.
Actually, originally it was the Thran, but then the Phyrexians co-opted it because you know.
Okay. Yeah, because they got absorbed.
So, until these chucklefucks show up, here we have Urza and Mishra. And
Okay, Urza. I want to hear more about Urza because I remember Urza.
I am going to be talking about Urza a lot.
Okay.
So,
Give me that deep Urza.
So thousands of years later. Civilizations have
Risen and
become-
fallen.
risen and fallen, and
Risen and fallen.
the current civilizations are uncovering all of the shotguns that the Thran left lying around.
Oh boy, wizards, no sense of right or wrong.
And two prodigy brothers exist as these archaeologists, Urza and Mishra.
Okay.
Now, as young lads, they discover the portal to Phyrexia.
Mm-hmm.
And
The one that was
nearby-
sealed.
Yes, the one that was sealed. And nearby, they discover the stones to power it.
Oh, is this like where Urza's stone and things come from? Like the cards?
Yes. So, the first thing they do, which obviously was a mistake, is they use it to turn on the portal briefly.
Immediately, of course. Let's turn the fucking thing on. Let's see what it does.
They do, and here's the thing: they turn it on. They just cycle through some planes, like flip through the channels, and nothing bad got through. And then they close it.
Okay. So to test successful. Successful test.
And Urza and Mishra, they both look at their stones, and Urza decides, hey, Mishra, the stone I have is the might stone. The stone you have is the weak stone.
Wait, literally called the weak stone?
Yes.
Okay.
Urza, being a passive-aggressive ass, called his stone the might stone and Mishra's the weak stone. This made Mishra upset, and they got into a fight with their magic stones. And here's the thing, if you have these stones are not like, oh, it's just a rock. If you will it, you can shoot lightning from them. So they're shooting lightning at each other with their stones.
And over
Mishra's
like a
"I'll
and they
show
are
you a weak
brothers?
stone."
Like they actually are brothers?
Yes, they actually are brothers.
Okay. So this
And
is
they're-
a sibling fight with godlike power.
Yes. And they do a beam clash.
Okay, like where the two beams hit and they like "Rah!"
And there is an explosion, and it kills their surrogate mother figure.
Oh no, Mom!
And Urza.
Yeah, Delta,
immediately
this does seem
blames-
like it's some Romulus and Remus, Cain and Abel shit.
Yep. Urza immediately blames Mishra.
You killed Mom!
Yep. And Mishra goes running off into the desert.
I killed Mom!
Yep, basically.
And that was the end of
Now,
it.
there is something interesting about
That was the
both
end of
their
it, though,
philosophies.
right? That was the end?
Yeah, of course, exactly.
Okay.
There is something interesting about both their philosophies because they actually do represent something in Magic's overall story.
Okay.
Urza's philosophy involving technology is more of the singularity.
Okay.
Mishra's is transhumanism.
Okay. Those should be things that work well together, like peanut butter and chocolate.
Exactly, they should.
Those
So,
are two great tastes
how
that
I
taste great
mentioned
together
open-
and evolve us to, sapient squids.
So, you know how I mentioned they opened the portal a little bit, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. They cracked it open, took a peek.
So, this motherfucker named Gex shows through.
The lizard?
You're saying my jokes before I say them, babe.
It's because we're on some... Bersy, we are
But this
basically
guy-
on the same page. This is why I agreed to this bullshit.
This guy, Gix, shows up.
Okay.
And he sees all this go down. And
Oh, wait. He sees the fight between Urza and Mishra?
Yes.
Okay.
He sees the fight between Urza and Mishra, and he goes up to Mishra and says, "Hey, kid, you want to do some transhumanism?"
Now, this Gex character who came through the portal unbidden, is he from is he from Phyrexia?
Yes, he is from Phyrexia, and
Oh.
he is one of Yawgmoth's lieutenants.
Oh.
And the actual term for his status is he is a praetor.
Okay. So, hey kid, you want some transhumanism? You want to become better than what you are?
Oh.
Greater than the sum of your parts?
And so, what ends up happening is you have these two kids, each of them
Who never
with these
fucking grow
stones.
up because they're little petulant
who never
children.
fucking grow up, who have these stones, and they basically get these nations to fight each other, and it's just a constant escalation of war.
And this
what
is
ends up
happening on
happening-
Thran?
On Dominaria.
Dominaria,
The Thran
okay.
live on Dominaria.
Okay. Oh, so the Thran are the people.
Yes.
Okay,
The
who
Thran
live
are
on
humans.
Dominaria. Okay, I get it now.
And so what ends up happening is this war is basically fought just between these two brothers who are given resources by these two rival kingdoms to just make armies.
Okay,
And
hey,
it's
hey,
just
make me some war machines, kid. We're gonna be great.
yes. And also I thought this was neat. I decided to throw in like 3 pictures of the Brothers War progress. Like the first one is just this is them
Yeah, just like
at
two
the
guys at
start.
the bottom, just duking it out, right?
No, like this is basically the artwork renditions through the ages.
Okay.
Um, and there's a bunch of war
I feel
crimes
like
on
the
either
one
side.
in the upper right, in the upper right hand corner, is like the when I was playing Magic. I feel like that's the
Yes,
art style.
that was the late 90s rendition
Okay.
of it. The bottom one is actually the most recent. They actually did a set in the Brothers Wars, like a little prequel thing.
Oh yeah. I saw that on the arena thing. That's like a new thing going on.
Yep. And then the bottom left one is when the set actually came out with the Brothers War.
Wah.
But basically what happens is I'm not going to go over. There is, I strongly
Who wins?
suggest. I'll get to that, but I
Okay.
suggest that, like, this is another one of the stories I'd suggest people read because there are a lot of characters. It goes over these two people being perpetual children in this sibling rivalry. Like, Urza does a lot of dumb shit, but you get to see him reasoning as why it's not really dumb that he's doing it.
Oh no, that's
The book
Thrawn.
the book does a very good job getting into these characters' mindsets. Now,
Right now, I'm looking for Magic the Gathering audiobooks.
at some point, Urza realizes there's something wrong with Mishra. And what is wrong with Mishra is that he's been completely taken over by Gex.
Okay.
And he is
Who is the
no
who is the
longer-
like the lieutenant of Yagma from Phyrexia?
and Mishra, like, the person Urza is fighting is not his brother.
Anymore.
It is just a machine wearing his face.
Okay, so he has actually been subsumed and consumed.
Yes,
Okay,
consumed.
hold on.
Think of it like the Borg.
Hold
It's a
on
good
one second. Okay, I can dig it. Okay. My Yu-Gi-Oh comparison is that like each of these stories would be for a different like unrelated archetype of cards. Each time they'd be an anime archetype and rare archetype and rarely. Okay, so all right.
So,
Okay, so Mishra, the one that Urza blamed for their mom death during their bitch fight.
his genetic brother,
His
his
genetic
actual brother,
Okay, yep, blamed for their
was
mom
completely-
death.
So Urza
Completely
kills him.
subsumed by the Phyrexian that snuck back through the portal.
Yes.
Okay.
Urza kills him.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Urza kills him and then realizes, oh, the Phyrexians are still a problem. Let's nuke the planet.
Wait, hold on. Dominaria? Or Phyrexia?
Nuke Dominaria.
That doesn't
He
seem...
realizes...
That doesn't seem great.
He, in his grief over killing his own brother, realizes that the only solution to the problem is to use an artifact called the Silex and exterminate 80% of all life on the planet and bring the world to an ice age.
Why?
Because he couldn't think of a better solution and he's a genius.
So he ended the world?
Basically.
Okay.
And he honestly thought he'd be killed in the blast too. He didn't.
Is this where we get the
this-
Ice Age cards from?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
This is what triggered him becoming a planeswalker. The realization that his sacrifice of so many people like, he did all of this and then he is left alone. And he becomes a planeswalker.
Oh, he had trauma! He had trauma, so he
Yeah.
became a planeswalker.
So now I'm going to talk about what Urza did in the meantime, and this is what Urza Saga. And
Hold on, I'm seeing from your notes here. It says Urza now goes on tour of making progressively worse decisions.
listen, it didn't affect him at all.
No, that
Him killing
trauma.
his brother.
Berserker. We know that trauma never lingers or affects anyone.
Yes, it never lingers and affects anyone.
Trauma isn't a
So-
permanent thing.
Yeah, no. So Urza realizes that with the Phyrexians now defeated and sealed, the correct thing to do is to open more portals to Phyrexia and fight them.
Like to go straight there.
Yeah, to go
It's-
straight there and to
And they have
send
no
people
way
from
and they have no
Dominaria
way to
there.
come to you, right? But we're gonna go to them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, of course. Exactly. Fight them on their own turf.
Okay.
This nearly kills him.
Sadly it didn't.
Now, there's a lot that happens here, but I want to talk about one particularly bad thing.
Okay.
And that is
Can we talk
after-
about these bad decisions? Like, are they shown in the pictures here? Like that
yes,
top
that's
one?
what I'm going to go off.
Okay.
So, like
Okay.
you see in the picture, he decides to invade Phyrexia.
Okay.
After he gets his butt kicked, he ends up in a plane called Sarah, which is made by the planeswalker Sarah.
Now, real
at
quick
the
question:
time-
when you say that he goes and fights Phyrexia, just him?
No, him and a bunch of robots he makes.
Okay. So he's got a robot army at this point
Yeah.
because he
I mean,
killed
he-
most of the
listen,
people.
He is the best artificer, and now he's a planeswalker. He can literally make a machine by snapping his fingers.
Okay. Cool.
But
Cool.
in a wounded state, he ends up on Sarah's plane, called Sarah, named after her. And Sarah, compared to Urza, is equal in power.
Okay.
If you've heard of the card Sarah Angel, that's because it is named after the planeswalker.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I have. Okay.
And Sarah, as a planeswalker, is a ostensibly good person.
So
She
like
is
she's
described-
actually like an ethically good person.
Yes, she uses her godlike power to make heaven, a literal heaven, which is her plane, Sarah, and instructs angels that are drawn to it to go out and do good in her name.
Oh, okay. So she's actually a stand-up good person. Urza
Yes.
cannot stand this. Urza hates this.
So,
Am I right? Does Urza hate
Yeah.
this?
so,
How dare
Urza-
you not have trauma?
Urza, well, Sarah does have trauma.
Well,
and
that's how
it's
she got
what
to be a
her-
planeswalker.
It's her trauma, basically is at the loss of her lover. And it's what drives her to do good is because that's what her loved one would want.
Okay. Hey, whatever reasons, as long as you do good.
So Urza travels here,
Okay, Urza. Okay, yep. To Sarah's plane.
yes, to Sarah's plane, and is like, as he's recovering, he's like, hey, you have all these angels, why don't we go and fight the Phyrexians together? You know.
And let me guess, he convinces her because like, hey, it'd be real good because they're real bad.
No, it's worse than that.
Oh no.
So what
Oh,
he
no.
does is, as he's recovering, he realizes that through the portal he made, the Phyrexians got into this plane.
Wait, to Sarah's plane?
Yes, to heaven.
Oh dear.
And they are slowly creating sleeper agents out of the angels.
Oh, they're Borgifying the angels.
Urza, because Sarah won't help him, decides not to tell her.
Wait, why?
To teach her a lesson as to how bad the Phyrexians are.
Okay, so like we're gonna let the whole heaven plane fall if that's what it takes, so that the girl learns her lesson.
Yeah. So
Bruh.
basically, heaven doesn't fall. It is completely destroyed.
Oh, fuck.
Sarah, using her power, manages to get those loyal out of the plane and teleports away herself. At this point in the story,
So
she has
heaven has
disappeared.
fallen. Like the artificial heaven,
Heaven has fallen.
which was a nexus of good, going out to the multiverse doing
Yes.
good.
Yep. In fact, it was even implied that, like, if you were a good person and you died, you would end up being reincarnated in this plane.
So like it is the ideal heaven.
Yes.
So I have a question real quick, just something I want to throw out there. So she
Yep.
went to other planes and did good, right? Like she sent angels to it. Are there portals here that lead to other planes?
There are portals all over the place. At this
Okay. Okay.
Also, angels are one of the few beings that can just traverse planes and they don't leave portals. They're just ethereal.
Okay.
They can just do that.
But now the Phyrexians have a bunch of them.
Yeah, they do, and they do. That doesn't become a problem later.
No problem. No problem at all. None.
But Sarah actually.
Oh,
disappears
Urza
from the
Musk,
story.
you so crazy.
So Sarah at this point disappears from the story, and I actually want to talk about this because what happens to her is it's tragic.
Okay, quick question about
Yeah.
this. So when you say she disappears from the story, do you mean like she's not there for several novels?
In the story, you don't find out what happens to her unless you like read her own personal story.
Okay.
And what happens to her is she teleports to Dominaria and just ends up on a road. And she is stunned.
Dominaria, who's in the Ice Age and has been nuked, magic nuked.
Not at this point. At this point, it's no longer in an ice age.
Okay.
But she's walking down like just a road, and as she's walking down the road, she gets stabbed and mugged.
Okay.
And she is lying there from a gut wound.
Mm-hmm.
She is a planeswalker. She can easily heal herself. But she chooses not to because she knows that if she healed herself, her followers would find the person who mugged her and attacked her and mutilate them.
Okay, so they take vengeance.
Yes, they would take vengeance, so she just lets herself die.
No, it's like she dies in a way that they cannot find her, that she'll just be another body in the field.
Yep.
Just so her followers won't hurt someone.
Yes.
Wow, that's actually...
Yeah, that is just to show the kind of person she is.
I mean, like, assuming she could heal herself and her followers show up, she could be like, hey, be good, don't kill that guy.
She just didn't want to risk it.
Okay, all right.
It is very interesting. So, Urza...
Well, Delta, apparently the thing is if she used her powers, her followers would zero in on it, see what happened, and immediately take vengeance.
And also, there's a little bit. She'd already lost everything, so she was in a mindset where she was okay.
Okay, so yeah, she'd lost her heaven world, been betrayed by Urza, and so she's like, "Fuck it, I'm dead."
Yep. So we go back to Urza, who he escaped Sarah's plane, and this is what
hold
he
on.
does
Mental
in the
marsupial
beginning.
says instead of dying of cringe, she dies because her followers are cringe. Literally dies of sadness.
Yep.
Assisted walker side.
So Urza is now more convinced than ever that the Phyrexians are the true threat and not him.
Not Urza, who is apparently letting the Phyrexians destroy entire heaven worlds just so he can make a point of how dangerous they are.
Yep. And
Bersy,
like,
is Urza portrayed as a hero in these books?
in his narrative, he portrays himself as the hero.
Okay, he's the hero of his own story, but the books
He
are
is
not.
not.
The books are not glorifying his actions.
No, they do not glorify him. In
Okay.
fact, when they go to other characters' perspectives, they regularly shit on Urza.
Okay, so he's clearly a villain at this point. Okay. That is, here's the thing. As a small squid, when I played this game, that is not the impression at all that I got from the cards. Like,
That's
not
what I
even
want to talk about.
not even a little bit. It seems like, oh, you mean he just failed art school and did some wars?
Yeah, that is what I want to talk about. There is something fascinating that happens with the lore here.
Because
your first
Urza's like this
introduction-
cool dude in the cards and everything.
Your first introduction to this is like the propaganda of these cards that have very little context, and then when you begin to read into it, it's like reading into the backstory of a historical figure.
Okay, so this is like it becomes a Behind the Bastards episode.
Yes, basically.
Okay.
And it does this for all of the characters.
Because here's the thing that drew me into Magic is a little squid. It was I liked looking at the cards and making up little stories in my head about what's going on and stuff. Because I had no concepts. I hadn't read any of the novels. I had read the rule book and that was about it.
Yeah, and that's why I was talking about the Dragon before. It's very good. So Urza, of course, realizes that Phyrexia is the biggest problem here, right?
Oh, clearly.
So he goes off to work on himself a little bit. He opens up a magic university. He has a robot son named Karn.
Now,
He
when you
starts
say when you say a robot son, do you mean like he builds this, or he like turns a person into his robot son, or has a
builds
son and turns his son into a robot?
He builds. Remember, his thing is the singularity. He builds an intelligent learning machine
Okay.
that has a soul.
Okay. Cool.
Named Karn. He starts teaching the next generation. In that picture, there are actually two characters as children, Teferi and Joyra.
And in the one where it looks like he's at the university teaching or something?
Yes, and also that isn't him. I think that's one of his friend planeswalkers. They aren't important. Like,
Okay.
I never bothered learning their name.
It does kind of look like Urza, because Urza's like an old man at this point, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But Urza is immortal. He can look however he wants.
Okay.
The big key as to why that's not Urza is he doesn't have glowing eyes.
Okay.
He takes up shipbuilding as a hobby.
And those look like pretty cool ships.
Yep. He creates a race of super soldiers called the Capuchin through a combination of eugenics, statecraft, and a little bit of genocide.
Only a smidge. That's how you get a super soldier.
And he does this multiple times.
Oh, the Capacians are the only successful ones, it says here in your notes.
Yes. Yep.
So more than a couple genocides.
Yep. More than a couple.
Okay. And now where is this occurring? Like, what plane is he on?
All occurring on Dominaria.
Wait, okay, so this is Dominaria after the Ice Age and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Assume that, from this point on, unless I mention the plane it's taking place on, it is happening on Dominaria.
Okay.
So, now...
I do like that ship. Fuck yeah, that ship looks cool as hell.
And this is the Weatherlight Saga. We are actually going to move away from Urza a little bit.
Delta, so done with her followers, she dies to get away from them.
So...
Hell yeah, that ship looks cool as fuck.
The Weatherlight Saga is fantastic, and it is, thank God, the primary source of the books and comics that exist.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay, first off, I want to talk about this ship a little bit real quick. When I see this ship, like you immediately, Spelljammer, which I think was coming out in the 90s?
No,
so maybe...
it is... The authors who wrote and did the art for this, like, they shared authorship and stuff.
Okay.
Like, I noticed some of the same names when I was looking at
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like, I think Spelljammer was happening around this time as well.
Yep.
And so that's, yeah, like, okay, this ship just, okay. And, like, we'd see cool stuff like this again in Eberron. Because Eberron's got cool airships and things, and, like, I'm sorry, but this ship just looks baller as fuck, and I love it.
So, Pink, when I say Spelljammer, this is the Weatherlight.
Uh-huh.
The ship is called the Weatherlight, and it's called the Weatherlight because it was made by Urza to travel planes.
Ooh.
So it flat out is a Spelljammer.
Okay, so it can go to other worlds. Cool.
Yep. Here we have the search for Urza's legacy, aka help an old man find his keys.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So this is the crew
Okay.
of the Weatherlight. There are some other minor characters, but these are the important ones.
Okay, Captain Sisay.
Yep.
Garrett Capsation. Now he's one of those warriors, right?
Yep.
Okay, Karn's the engineer. And I think I've seen Karn on other cards in the future. Does he get like his own faction and shit?
I'll get to that.
Okay, Hannah the Navigator. Tognagarth? Say it?
Tongarth.
Okay, cool. The first mate. Korvax the Curse. I assume he's cursed?
So, Korvax is cursed because he's one of the failed attempts at super soldiers.
Okay.
And he's
But
cursed
he's still...
with vampirism.
Fucking Christ. Is this where the Ravinica shit comes in?
No.
Okay, now, I'm definitely looking at the cute furry down at the lower left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you this, Pink.
Is this where Wizards of the Coast went, listen, there's a whole demographic out there just forming now?
Yeah, no. I will admit, I had thoughts about Mirari, the Cat Warrior, quite a bit.
Who fucking
Miri.
wouldn't?
Yeah.
Cat tits.
Yep.
Yeah, gay or straight, I think we're all for the Cat Warrior.
Yeah. Just I didn't bring it up, but if any of you want to feel things about another character, look up Ink Eyes.
Ink Eyes?
Yep.
Inkeys?
Yep. Ink Eyes, and then Magic the Gathering,
Okay.
and
Ink
you'll see
Eyes.
some artwork. That is the other character that I had an awakening of, and I am very happy I actually have a copy of that card.
Okay. Oh wait, I think I've seen this card. Oh
Yep.
yeah. The rat one, right?
Sexy Rat Girl.
The sexy rat with the big rat tits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those big rat titties. Woo. Yeah, I see why she's leaning forward so much. Those things must be heavy.
It's for balance.
It's for about yeah. Well, if you got big rat titties like that, you got to lean forward.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You know, I had always assumed that this was Skaven art or something. When I've seen it
I
before.
know, right? But no, you can make an entire deck around her.
Okay. I would definitely make a deck for her.
I intend to at some point. I want to make a rat tribal deck and have her be the commander.
Oh yeah, I'd make a deck and get a tribe with her anytime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Populate the board with rats.
Yep. Little squid rats.
Yeah. Anyway,
So Eritov a wizard, just a wizard.
Urtai, yeah, so the way navigation works with magic and wizards are actually kind of important as you're like to actually like channel the magic around your fucking ship.
Okay. Orn the healer, and then the best boy Squee.
Yeah, Squeeze the
Squee's
best.
a goblin.
Now, what the Weatherlight is set out is Urza basically gives these guys a list of things they need to find throughout the multiverse that he both, in his fighting with the Phyrexians, just left around the place, as well as things that the Thrawn left in other places.
Hey, I need you to assemble my old Doomsday machine.
Pink?
Did I call it?
Wrong.
Did
Yeah, you called it.
Oh, fucking hell! God damn it!
I'll get into that later. So the first plane they travel is a plane called Wrath, and I'm going to say that these next slides are going to focus specifically a little bit on Wrath. The reason why they travel to Wrath is because it is the closest plane to them.
Okay, just so it's the adjacent plane.
Also inhabited by the Phyrexians.
Oh, so they're right up all up in that nearby plane, so you got to get rid of
And
them.
it's owned by this guy, if you notice in the picture. That is another lieutenant of Yawgmoth named Volrath.
These fucking names.
Now, I wanted to bring this... I just wanted to show you... because at this point in the card set, this is when they began telling the story in the cards.
Okay, yeah, it kind of seemed like a narrative going on in these.
Like, if you notice Sudden Impact, and then Abandoned Hope literally is the next scene of what the comic would be.
Okay.
But it was very, very interesting because you got to, like, get an idea for these characters and what they were about. Like,
not
if
that
you
they're
notice-
horrible monsters assembling an old man's doomsday machine, but they were having adventures.
Yeah. And you got to see, like, if you look in Recycle, there's Garage trying, Squeeze cooking.
Okay, yeah.
And one of the
Squee,
gimmicks
best
they're
boy
trying
Squee.
to find, one of the gimmicks is Squee basically is someone who sneaks aboard the ship, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do with him because they don't want to just throw him off.
Okay.
But, like,
Does Squee have like a cool arc or anything? Is he important, or is he just like comic goblin
let's
relief?
just go to the next slide, Pink.
Okay.
Guess who dies and who betrays?
Is it Squee?
So I want you to go through and guess what happens to each of these characters.
Okay, like whether they live or die?
Whether they die, live, or betray.
Okay, alright, so... so Captain Sissy, or Sissay, dead.
Yep. Okay.
Am I right? You gotta at least tell me if I'm right.
I'll tell you eventually.
Okay, but... Okay. Caption. Betray.
Okay.
Karn. Betray.
Okay.
Hannah the Navigator, dead.
Oh.
First Mate, betray.
Okay.
Cursed, probably still alive. Mirror the Cat Warrior, still alive. Etra the Wizard, dead. Orton the Healer, either alive or betray. And Squee, betray.
Okay. So I will tell you one of these just because it's important for the story. Korvax betrays them.
Okay.
And it's very... So when they're in Wrath, Korvax actually gets left behind.
Okay. And Wrath is the adjacent plane to Dominaria, and it is infested
Yes.
with Phyrexians.
And
he's a
while they are
vampire,
there-
right?
Yes, he is a vampire.
Okay.
And he betrays them. He basically gets captured, he betrays them, and then gets left behind. The interesting thing about Korvax is Korvax had a prophecy that he would kill his own lover and then betray them. And he, throughout his story, tells them, after he figures that out, he's just like, guys, I don't want to go on these missions. If I do, I will kill the person I love most and then betray all of you.
Oh, don't
And he
worry. You
tells
make
them
your
this.
own fate. It'll be fine.
He tells them this over and over again, and they insist that they cannot do it without him.
Why is he so important? Or are they just trying to be good?
He does end up, like, he is important because he's a vampire, and he is exceptionally strong.
Okay.
Like, in terms of, like, just raw power level, he can go toe-to-toe with Volrath and win.
Okay. So he's just he's a fucking Dracula, a prime vampire.
Yes.
Does daylight bother him?
Yes, actually.
Okay, just making sure.
But he
Welcome back, Ash.
He ends up falling in love with an angel.
Cool.
Sarah.
Cool. Wait, what? Wait, a surviving angel.
Who turns out to be a Phyrexian.
Oh, so it's a tainted Phyrexian angel.
And he kills her.
But if he betrays the Phyrexian angel, that's good, right?
It breaks him.
Okay. Oh no.
And
Oh no, that's trauma. He's a planeswalker.
Yep. Well, no. After he gets captured, something interesting happens. So
Next
Volrath
slide.
has Korvax and is just like, I want to torture this guy.
Okay.
You know what Korvax does?
And Volrath is the new lieutenant of Phyrexia, right?
No, he is just the guy running Wrath.
Okay.
for the Phyrexians.
Okay.
And he
The
actually
governor,
finds out
basically.
what Volrath's plan is.
Okay.
Volrath's plan is to merge Wrath with Dominaria.
Oh, smush the planes together.
Yes, smush them together. And you know what Korvax does?
What?
Korvax is like, I am tired of this Volrath guy and his mustache-twirling bullshit. Kills him. And then Yawgmoth is like, well, not Yawgmoth, but Yawgmoth standing is like, I like that initiative. And makes Korvax the leader of the plane.
Oh
And his new
no.
lieutenant.
Oh no.
And Korvax is like, okay, at least management listens to me now.
Oh, let me guess. Did Urza sort of like dismiss him because he's a failed creation?
Yes, Urza dismissed him. None of his friends would listen to him that he didn't want to go on this adventure with them.
Mm-hmm.
And just...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm tired,
So-
Bersy. I'm so tired now.
Oh, we are slide 28 of 66.
Fucking awesome. Let's go. Next slide.
So, when they returned to Dominaria, the Phyrexians had already begun invading.
Okay.
So,
I'm seeing at
Just
least some
cover.
cool looking dragons at the top.
so that's what I'm going to go on about. So, this is the book for invasion. Fucking cool. This is where I actually came in on Magic.
Okay.
So if you notice in that picture, it is undead are summoning these zombies. Angels from Stera are there fighting off this Phyrexian invasion of Dominaria.
Mhm.
Or the Phyrexians have these jets that are shooting lasers and metallic dragons and shit.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
um,
fucking. You would have to say that it's pretty metal.
Yeah. Now, like the Russians invading what they thought would be a completely like easy, they'd accept us as like they'd simply accept us.
Uh-huh.
The Phyrexians thought the same thing. That
Okay.
doesn't happen. At the top there, you actually, if you notice, Treva's actually there.
Mm-hmm.
Dominaria turns out to have a lot of defenders, not just Urza.
Yeah, because Domeria is like a
one of
Nexus world, right? So there's other badasses here.
One of the defenders are called the Primordial Dragons, which are these 5 dragons which make up aspects of the first dragon,
Okay.
which is the Dragon. They are Treva the Renewer, Dromar the Banisher, Croesus the Purger, Daragaze the Igniter, and Rith the Awakener.
And these are all dragons.
And they're all dragons, and the best part is they cannot be assimilated by the Phyrexians
Oh,
because
they're immune.
they are immortal beings.
Oh.
And so they begin causing a whole bunch of damage. Urza himself, if you notice that like blue person,
Yeah, the one on the left-hand side, the little blue dude?
yeah, with the axe.
Okay.
Urza realizes Urza during this time was just making people. He called them the Metathron. And he's just like, hey, I have this army of like Metathron, and they're just gonna cut through your Phyrexians like nothing.
Okay.
And then the plane of Dominaria itself has a sentient entity living in it. Like the plane itself is alive.
Phyrexia.
And this entity is named in Dominaria.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Domeria's got a world spirit.
This world spirit's called Gaia. And Gaia is
That's,
just like...
I'm sorry, that's lazy as fuck, writers?
It is very lazy, but it is very poignant.
Okay.
Gaia just awakens like the planet itself and creates these creatures called the Kavu, which is what you see below the Metathron, which are these cool 6-legged beasts.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so below the middle blue guy?
Yep.
Okay. So like dinosaur-looking lizard things?
Yeah, dinosaur-looking lizard people.
Okay.
On top of that, if you notice, right there, that is Teferi, all grown up.
Okay.
And a bunch of other planeswalkers show up and begin fighting the Phyrexians.
Okay. Who's the blue dude on the far right-hand side with the spine
that's
staff?
Teferi. That's who I was the guy on the right side is Teferi.
Okay.
That's the like couple of slides back. That was the kid that old guy was talking to.
Okay. Oh, the one in the in the lecture hall looking one.
Yes.
Okay.
What ends up just as an aside, what ends up happening with Teferi, Teferi ends up doing his best, but realizes that like he cannot defeat the Phyrexians, and he asks Urza for help. Urza throws him under the bus while insisting that he come and help him.
Does Urza?
Teferi says, fuck no. I'm not, like, listen, if you're not going to help me defend my homeland, I'm just going to bounce. And using his magic, Teferi literally takes his entire continent and phases it out of existence.
Oh. Okay, cool. I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, now this is a Domeria continent. Like,
Dominaria, yep.
He fucks off with a whole fucking continent.
The whole continent, just like, I'm off this planet. No longer
And
want to deal with your shit.
surely there are no bad consequences for the world, right?
No, nothing bad happens.
Okay.
Actually, like, of the endings, Teferi just noping out of there.
Exactly,
like,
CA. I'm taking my continent and going home.
Yeah, best ending. Now let's go, all these people are fighting and dying.
Yeah, so this is the big war. This is invasion.
Yes, the big war. We'll go
I have a question?
Yes.
So did this war make Magic the Gathering a lot of money?
I actually don't know.
Okay. I mean, it's still here, so we have to assume.
It was the end of, like, a decade-long story.
And this is, and again, this is when Magic was putting out new sets and things every couple years or months.
It was 3 a year.
Okay, so like 3 a year. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so, okay. So this is the end of a big arc.
Yep. So, now Urza has a plan.
does he now? Would you call it Urza's final solution?
No.
Okay.
Urza gets a bunch of his planeswalker pals for a daring plan, blow up Phyrexia.
The whole thing.
Now, yes, the whole thing. Now, something that is interesting is all of the planeswalkers he gets are all characters like from Magic's past who'd become planeswalkers since then.
Okay.
And like I at the point of reading this did not understand the significance of it, but like for anyone who is used to Magic, it's just like, oh, it's that guy.
Okay, so this was a, hey, you remember? Is this like
Yeah,
an Ocean's
hey,
11, but with characters you remember?
Ocean's 11.
But with
Now,
characters you remember, not people that you're
Urza-
just introduced to for the first time.
Urza's not a dick here. When they
Oh.
travel to Phyrexia, he gives everyone those huge-ass giant robot suits.
Okay, so like he went to therapy for a little bit?
A little bit.
But the thing
Now-
about therapy, Bersy, is you got to keep up with it.
Now, one of the people he brings with him is Tevish Zat, the Doom of Fools.
Who's a snakeman?
He's a snake dragon thing.
Oh, Eldritch So, yeah, like the guy, Robert Black Lotus.
Robert Black Lotus.
Exactly.
So, now,
Perfect.
a guy named Tevish Zat, the Doom of Fools. That is his full name and title.
That's what his mom named him?
Do you think he's trustworthy, Pink?
Okay.
Does he sound trustworthy? Is he someone you want to have on an integral mission?
I mean, he is the Doom of Fools, right? And we're not fools. Clearly we're not, right?
Now, I'd like to note that at this point, he, like, every time he works with someone, he stabs them in the back at some point. That's what he does.
Okay.
Now,
So he's like a duplicitous serpent.
yeah. Now,
Little
completely
on the
trustworthy
nose
people.
there, writers. Little.
Yeah, so he periodically goes through and as these other planeswalkers are setting up bombs, kills them.
Is he a Phyrexian?
No, he's doing it for fun.
Oh, he's just a dick.
Now,
He's the Joker. He wants to
Urza-
watch the world burn. I'm sorry, worlds, plural, burn.
Urza, being smart, knew that Tevish Zat would betray them.
Okay.
So what he does is he didn't tell any of the other planeswalkers that the bombs that they were setting needed a planeswalker soul.
Oh no,
Or-
fucking Urza! God damn it, fucking Urza!
Now he didn't
Fucking
tell them
Urza.
this specifically because he didn't tell them that they need a planeswalker soul to arm the bombs.
Fucking
Because what
Urza.
that would do is it would result in not simply dying, but your entire soul being erased from existence.
Okay, so like you don't get an afterlife. You go to oblivion.
Yes. And he did this knowing that no one would feel bad after Tevish Zat betrays them using him as the source for the bomb.
Fucking I hate Urza. I hate
I
Urza
hate
so
him.
much.
But it's fucking like if you look at that card, did I know that Zat would betray us? I was counting on it.
Right.
Now Urza has these bombs armed. Right?
And these bombs are set to destroy Phyrexia, the whole
They will
plane.
completely destroy it and Yawgmoth with it.
Okay, and finally he'd get his vengeance rocks off.
Yep.
And all it cost was many important characters that are much beloved by the Magic community's souls.
Yep. Oh no, only one of them, Tevish Zat. Everyone else just died.
Okay.
They only needed one soul, and that soul was Tevish Zat.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Yeah?
Mishra's there. Being tortured by Yawgmoth.
Mishra! Welcome back, Mishra.
Yeah. And Urza sees his brother, and Yawgmoth begins talking to Urza.
Through Mishra.
Just in general.
Okay.
Yawgmoth at this point in Phyrexia is the plane.
Okay,
is
so
a
the whole
high-
plane's fucking talking to him.
And Urza, in talking to Yawgmoth, realizes how similar they are.
Oh no.
He disables the bomb.
Oh no. Oh no. Urza
and
disables the bomb?
He disables the bomb and decides to become Yawgmoth's pal.
Like his BFF?
Yes.
Because they're similar.
Yawgmoth literally says to Urza, "Hey Urza, you and I aren't so different." And for the first time ever, the hero goes, "You know what? You're right."
And these are the Phyrexians who he's been fighting
Yeah.
his whole immortality with.
Yeah.
That he wiped out Dominaria thousands of years ago with his magic
Yeah.
nukes, let an
Yeah.
entire heaven plane of angels fall and die.
Yep.
Just to teach them a lesson that, like, hey, these guys are real bad. You didn't believe me, so I'm gonna let your whole heaven realm be destroyed.
Yep.
And now he's like, your mom's named Martha too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, of course,
Continue.
there still is a hero. With Urza lost to Yawgmoth, who will save Dominaria?
I won't. Garrett betrays Dominaria and sides with Yawgmoth. God damn it.
But
Okay.
what does he get out of it this time?
I don't know. Does he
So-
get to kill Urza?
Yawgmoth promises to allow Gerard to exercise vengeance against Korvax.
And Gerard is one of the super soldiers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so Gerard is able to kill Korvax.
Okay. The vampire.
Yes, the vampire.
Okay.
But it's not over. Yawgmoth's like, so listen, we only have one job opening. It's
Fuck.
either...
He breaks the pool cue and tells them to decide.
Yes, he breaks the pool cue, denies Urza the ability to use his planeswalking powers, and says, "Fight this old man, Gerard."
Okay. And he does?
Yeah. Guess who wins?
It's Urza. Urza fucking wins.
No, Gerard wins. He
Oh.
decapitates Urza.
Oh, we're finally rid of Urza.
Yes, Urza
Yay!
gets decapitated.
Fuck, Bersy, I'm rooting for Yawgmoth and the Phyrexians here, because Urza's kind of a shit.
You're rooting for Mark Zuckerberg?
Listen, I'll root for the billionaire killing other billionaires, and we'll deal with the last one at the end.
So, Urza gets decapitated.
Like you do.
But Urza's not dead. He's a planeswalker.
God damn it.
And Urza, realizing
God
he
fucking
lost,
damn it.
says to Gerard, "Hey, bud, I'm still alive here. I could tell you're having some buyer's remorse with everything that happened. We could still kick Yawgmoth's ass if you want to."
I mean, we still have those bombs, right?
And at this point, while Urza and Gerard are talking, Yawgmoth is invading the plane of Dominaria. Like, his essence is seeping into the world. And he's like, I've taken it over. And there's something very interesting that happens.
I have a question. Eldritch Still brings something up. Is this starting his head in a jar arc?
Yes!
God damn it.
There is actually a gag card called Urza's Head, which is his head in a jar.
Ha. Be good,
So-
Pank. This is a Hasbro product. All right.
So, Yawgmoth, we actually
time
get
to
to hear
change the
Yawgmoth's
title again.
narrative a little bit in this point in the story. And in it, the reason why Yawgmoth comes to the plane of Dominaria is he's amazed that he's being pushed back and wants to tip the scales.
Okay.
And as he is doing this, he is explaining to
Chaotic
Gerard and
Asami
Urza that
said
I am
gathering to
going
bathe
to
the
enter
ring.
Dominaria, and clearly Rebecca is behind the turning of these tables to me.
Okay.
Rebecca, a character none of these people have any relationship to. Yawgmoth believes that somehow Rebecca is responsible.
And now
for
this
him
is Rebecca from really, really long time ago.
the one who friend-zoned him and sealed him in Phyrexia.
Okay.
And it's indicating that despite him doing all this shit, he's still that petulant child.
God damn it.
So,
Can writers not
Urza-
think of any other motivation besides pussy?
Yogba, yeah, no.
No, okay.
So Gerard and Yogba.
People have
Gerard
other
takes
motivations, people. Writers, come on.
So Gerard takes Urza's head,
Okay.
and
In a
tells him to
jar.
go to the Weatherlight, which had crashed.
Okay, so that's their big magic ship.
Yes, and one of the reasons why Gerard betrayed, Dominaria, is because Yawgmoth promised
Mm-hmm.
that he would let the crew of the Weatherlight go, which he did.
Okay.
Good to his word.
Okay. Hey, I'm all. Listen, I'd rather deal with lawful evil than chaotic.
Yep.
So the mental marsupial was do Bussy and Thrusy count for writer motivation? Probably. And CA says they're just keeping the motivations relevant for their primary user base, the no pussy crowd.
So Gerard escapes Phyrexia, finds the Weatherlight, and Urza tells Gerard that the Weatherlight is part of the legacy weapon.
Okay, so it's again another one of his doomsday weapons.
It is a doomsday weapon, and there's a reason why. And Gerard finds out the reason why Urza didn't want to use it. It would require Urza sacrificing his legacy.
Okay. So like a metaphorical concept.
Yes, it would require Urza giving up everything that he felt made him great to utilize.
Okay.
Including his life.
Okay, and then like he'd be unremembered and stuff.
And by the way, he had this the whole time.
So any point he could have stopped the Phyrexians.
At any point.
If he actually cared about it, he could have done it.
Yeah.
Urza's a shit.
So Gerard activates the legacy weapon, and to give you an idea what this does.
How? Does he like shove his head in there or something?
It is basically yes, he actually just shoves his head into the weapon to power it.
Lol.
And it also requires the sacrifice of Karn as well.
Okay, Karn's the engineer.
Urza's boy, yep.
Okay.
And Gerard has to also sacrifice his own life.
Okay.
And this...
And that results in this card?
Yes. Vindicate is just the last thing Gerard says to everyone before he activates it.
And read it for me, it's a little hard to see on my screen.
Don't mourn for me, this is my destiny.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And Gerard gives his life, and
which is more than fucking Urza ever did.
Yep. And the legacy weapon completely obliterates Yawgmoth.
Okay.
Like, just removes his soul from existence.
Ash, link me the chill Nintendo playlist, and I'll put that on in the background.
Ooh, yeah, that would be...
Yeah, little Nintendo music. We'll put that on in the background.
Let's actually go... You remember who you said betrays and stuff?
I kind of do a little bit. Like, I did it based on the pictures.
Yeah. Now we figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Say ends up... Here are the results.
Okay. Oh, I fucking love that you have a slide for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on 1 second while I get the music activated. Oh, okay. Oh, Magic the Gathering Arena main theme. Ash linked me. Okay, hang on. Let me load this up, Ash. So we can all hear this. All right, and I'm gonna put it on loop. There we go. Okay, let me know, chat, if the music... Oh, it's a whole playlist, even better. Let me know, chat, if the music is too loud and drowning us out at any point, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to the list. Okay. Sisei, the captain, lives. Sacrifices himself to the legacy weapon. Wait, I thought Karn died.
No. What ended up happening is after the legacy weapon was used, Karn was the sole survival. What happened was him, Gerard, and Urza all fused with Karn's consciousness being the Prime One. And he becomes a planeswalker.
So, oh no, because no, I don't want Urza's consciousness to survive at all.
Urza's basically dead at this point.
All right, let's see.
Karn intentionally ignores all of Urza's badness
Okay.
and focuses on Gerard's goodness.
Okay. Okay, suffers a fate worse than death and betrays Gerard.
So, specifically what happens to Hannah is she is killed
And that was
by
the
a
navigator,
Phyrexian.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
She is the navigator and Gerard's lover.
Okay.
She is killed by the Phyrexian plague. Her soul is kidnapped by the Phyrexians. They put her soul in a robotic body to tempt Gerard, and Gerard is forced to kill her again.
Oh, so they tried to seduce him with the robot P, the Russie.
Yep. Well, it was more, hey, your wife is dead because we killed her. Have her back.
Hey, yeah, we brought your wife back. I'm sure it's not an empty hollow simulacrum or anything, but it's still got that Russie.
Yeah,
It's still got that P.
yeah.
You can still use that, right? Throat works, hands work. I mean, you were only into her for like the physicality, right? Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Tangroth ends up living.
Okay.
Mirari is mercilessly killed by Korvax.
Okay.
To describe what actually happened, Korvax in a crazed state is basically going insane, and Gerard and Miri.
So the furry dies.
Basically what happens is Miri lets Korvax kill her.
Why?
Because if she didn't, she knew that Gerard would try and save her.
Okay.
And it was too important that he escape.
Okay. Does she become a vampire cat?
Now, that is a story for another time.
So I'm assuming yes.
In an alternate reality, she did. There's some weird time stuff that happens in one of the sets.
Of course there is, because when you write yourself into a corner in a high magic universe, of course you use time shit.
Actually, I'll say this. The alternate universe set happened when they weren't actually doing stories.
Okay.
So it was just a little fan nod.
Okay.
Basically, in one of the sets, they have like what if cards.
Okay, that sounds
And
kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, and one of the what if cards is what if Miri became the cursed one, and Korvax
Ooh.
actually became a good guy and became Korvax the Ascended.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm kind of down with that little twist.
Yeah, no, it was.
I feel like that would have been better to begin with.
Yeah. Urtai ends up joining Phyrexia. And it is very interesting because in the story he joins Phyrexia, it's all from his perspective, and he describes what the process
Of being assimilated is?
Yeah, and basically,
and he was just Urtai the wizard, right?
Yeah, Urtai
Okay.
the wizard.
Okay.
And his whole thing is he has a lot of issues being the butt of a joke.
Okay.
And it is basically the idea of the nerd becoming swole
Okay. Okay, now he
by
gets his
doing
vengeance.
by doing drugs.
Okay, cool.
Squeeze, captured by the Phyrexians, made immortal as a joke, and so he can be killed over and over again by Korvax.
But the best boy survives.
Yeah, he does end up surviving. In fact, he is one of the few characters that constantly reoccurs because he's immortal.
Okay, and let me guess, they keep killing him? And he comes back, they kill him, and he comes back.
Well, no, at this point, he is actually a goblin. At the point in the story of magic is, he is a goblin lord.
Okay.
So, this is basically like the end of this era.
Okay, you win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color. Okay. You can build a perfect machine out of imperfect parts. Urza, the shithead.
So, now what?
Now what? Yeah, like, where do you go from here? You've ended the world several times.
Well,
Now shit gets weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it?
So-
Okay.
What happens next is the Odyssey Legion story, and what Magic does is it does away with a lot of the multiverse stuff and focuses more on a contained story that focuses on 3 characters: Kamal, the Mirari, and
Ooh.
Jessica.
Oh, is this Miradon?
Nope, we aren't
Oh.
there yet.
Aw.
So basically, while the world Dominari was kind of fucked during the invasion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dominary
Uh,
got kind of like, it was the whole planet was at war, right?
Yeah. So the story focuses on another continent.
Okay. A lot happens.
And this, once again, is hundreds of years in the future.
Okay, the only 2 characters in this picture that I care anything about is the ball and Jessica.
Good, because that's mainly what we're going to be talking about.
Thank God.
So
The other guy just
Mirari-
looks like a fucking roided out space marine.
So the Mirari is an mysterious artifact that just showed up on the continent, and it is a wish granter, like a monkey's paw.
Okay. Oh, a monkey's paw wish granter?
Yeah. It's a monkey's paw not because it grants wishes, but because it literally alters reality to make whatever the person desired come true.
Okay.
Now, the main villains of this arc are the Cabal, which is run by the Patriarch.
Okay.
Now, given you like Jessica, and
Yeah.
the main villain of the story is called the Patriarch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of see where
So-
this is going. Again, very thin writing.
So, the Cabal, the Cabal basically has the Mirari, and they run this, gladiatorial ring.
So there's
And what
only
they
one
say-
Mirari, right?
Yes, there's only one.
Okay.
And what they say is anyone who wins, like, the gladiatorial ring can go and make a wish on the Mirari.
Okay, that's kind of weird and cool and something nobody would ever do, but okay.
Kamal, being the main character for the first book, and a little self-centered and very roided, is Jessica's brother. They're both barbarians.
Okay, so they're siblings.
Yes. Kamal ends up going to this tournament, wins it, makes a wish on the Mirari, but rather than putting it back, just takes it.
My wish is I want to keep the ball.
Yes, he wants to keep the ball. So, here's the thing. The Mirari, twists his desire a little bit and convinces him to kill his entire tribe.
Why?
And mortally wound his sister. Because
Why?
he wants to be the strongest. And
Uh-huh.
so long as the tribe exists, there's a chance that someone stronger than him will appear.
From his tribe. So he wants to be the strongest person in his tribe. So clearly
Yep.
the answer is if you are the only person left in your tribe, you are therefore the strongest.
Yep. Monkey's paw curled.
God damn it.
So Kamal realizes this is like he's standing over the bloodied body of his sister who tried to stop him, and she actually didn't die. He came to his senses.
Okay.
Realized what the problem is, decided to take the Mirari and go live in the woods.
I'm going to take the Lochnar with me and go live in the woods.
Yep. He entrusted Jessica to a friend, which was a mistake.
Okay.
The friend ended up getting killed by a member of the Cabal named Braids. Seen in the center there.
God damn it. Okay.
Braids killed Jessica,
This looks like a Jinx knockoff.
basically, and using the latent power that was left over from the Mirari, turned her into an entity known as Phage the Untouchable. Bestowing
They're only a 4/4 creature. That's not great.
read her effect.
I can't. It's a little blurry on my screen.
Whenever Phage deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game.
What? I'm sorry. Fucking what?
Yeah.
Fucking fucking what?
Yeah.
This was just a card. This was just a card you could get. You could just get this card. Like, this is the card that, like, I can just open a booster pack and I just fucking I get a card
she
that if
does
I do
have-
1 damage, I win the game.
She does have one problem, and that is she costs 7 mana, 4 of it black, and she has one other effect that says when Phage the Untouchable enters the battlefield, if you did not cast her from your hand, you lose the game.
Yeah, but you always would cast her from your hand, right? Like, so you can't pull her out with like a graveyard effect or something.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So, Phage is brought back to life. Jessica's brought back to life as Phage. And to describe the curse that she has, it is described as basically the Patriarch wants to punish Kamal,
Okay.
so he bestows upon her like one of the darkest curses he possibly can. And the main thing from that curse is she basically constantly has a headache. And if ever she touches someone, that person will just disintegrate and die.
But people only.
Any flesh or organic material.
Okay, okay.
If she tries to eat anything, it just becomes dust in her mouth.
Okay. That's kind of shitty.
But
she lives?
She is partially, like, controlled. Like, they can force her to do things because she's technically a zombie.
Okay, okay.
So they put her in the fight and have her go against all these fuckers.
Okay, so she whoops up on all these people.
Which, of course, she completely destroys them because they cannot physically touch her.
Okay. So Swamp Thing, Catman, Dragon, Wizard, Girl Wizard.
Two of the important people here is Ixiodor, and his wife, which is featured at the bottom.
Okay.
They are the most likely to win the gladiatorial fight.
Yeah, they're blue wizards, of course.
Now, Phage gets pissed that they are a loving couple in a relationship and just kills the wife in front of Ixiodor.
This is some incel shit. And again, thin writing. Okay.
Ixiodor
Gets real mad.
But he still has some of that Mirari energy and begins manipulating reality in a desert.
Now where is he getting this fucking, like...
So that's the thing. Kamal thinks that the Mirari is just the artifact. It affects everything. It warps reality, so anyone who has come in contact with it at any point can alter reality.
Okay. So it's got, like, it leaves a little bit of magic on anything that it touches.
Yes. So Ixiodor, in his trauma, goes around just making mutants and horrible monsters. And if you notice, like, that card, that blue card right next to him, is a human wizard. Does that look like a human to you?
No, he's got some tentacles on his head.
Yeah,
Not even cute ones.
That is the result of the Mirari. It begins mutating people. Like, just blatantly. And
because I guess, like, if
trauma,
if you're a thing that changes the universe and reality, and like nobody's actively doing it, those powers just sort of go a little weird.
Yep. And in his trauma, Ixiodor recreates his wife, but he's smart enough to realize it's not his wife, so he names her Acroma, and basically describes her as a surrogate daughter.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is weird, a little creepy, but okay.
And Acroma, unfortunately, despite Ixiodor saying,
"Oh, hey, this is from
worry.
when Trample was a thing."
Yeah, Trample's been a thing for a while. Ixiodor tells Acroma, "Hey, don't worry about what happened in the past. I'm just happy with you in my life."
Okay, so like any version of you is good with me. You're gonna be like my daughter. I ain't gonna fuck you. You're gonna be my daughter.
Acroma just decided. Acroma, on the other hand, is like, yeah, but I kind of hate this bitch Phage, who I know of, because you knew of her. I'm gonna go kill her.
Okay, and I assume she do? She do?
So, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
So, minor content warning. I'm about to talk some icky, gaslighty stuff, emotional abuse, and sexual abuse.
Oh boy.
If
Oh,
these are
I'm glad that you
subjects
have a whole
that
card for that.
Yeah, if these are subjects you are uncomfortable with, please mute until the next slide.
Yeah, if you guys don't like that sort of icky thing, just go ahead and mute it now. I will signal and type in chat when it is safe to unmute.
So, I'm gonna describe a little bit about my experience with the book.
Okay.
Now, when this set came out, I was at the ripe age of 13. Now, going back, looking at Jessica,
Uh-huh.
I was, yeah, that lady is attractive. I like
She's
her.
a cute
Then
girl.
she got a goth upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
That primo.
Oh yeah, she's
So
got
I
like sort of like
decided
a Harlequin hair thing going on.
Yeah. So I decided to read the books because I like this character and I want to know more about it.
Okay.
Phage's story is she wants out of this curse. She wants to be able to feel again, to be able to eat food again, and to be able to like touch people again.
Right, right.
Throughout the story, bear
This
in mind,
creepy Pope on the right.
that creepy Pope is the patriarch, and he's the one who put the curse on her.
Okay.
Eventually,
She knows that he did this?
yes, she knows that she did this. Eventually,
Okay.
she realizes that the Pope has the same curse she does,
Oh.
and realizes that he can touch her.
Oh, so that... Oh, if other people with the curse, she can touch them.
She realizes that if he is the only one who can touch her, and he implies to her that if they have sex, it will break the curse.
Okay.
And what happens in the book is they have sex.
Hang on one second. Mental marsupial, and that is why we give out warnings and things like that. You know, I'm personally not uncomfortable hearing about this, but the warning is greatly appreciated. Yeah, we just want to make sure, because this is pretty fucking creepy.
She has sex with him, thinking it'll break the curse.
Mm-hmm.
And I, as a teenager, reading this, like, this character who was made to titillate reading them go through this shit was something where I'm like,
time to change the title again.
oh, that makes me sad.
Esh, I need you to change that title again. Bathering to Blathering. Magic the Blathering, please.
Yeah, that's very good. So they have sex in what is the only sex scene I think that has happened in all of Magic. I've never read one since that point. And she immediately gets pregnant with the Antichrist.
Now, she's a zombie, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't think about it.
I'm not.
Antichrist wants a baby.
Gotta have it in a zombie.
So, the good thing is she immediately gives birth because of Mirari.
Okay, so they have sex, she gets pregnant, and in, like, the same day.
It happens the course of a day. Yeah.
Okay.
And immediately what happens is a Chroma shows up.
Wait, what? Okay, Chroma,
Yeah.
who is, okay, yep. The
Chroma
recreated,
shows up.
recreated wife.
Yes, a Chroma shows up with an army of... Ixiodor really wanted to help her out and make an army, but he didn't like the fact that soldiers could talk back, so he removed their mouths.
Why are none of these people the good guys? Why is the
Because
only good
the old-
person dead?
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Fuck.
So,
Who are we,
Uh,
who in this story, who are we cheering for?
no one really. That's kind of the point.
But,
These are
But-
just people.
like, am I supposed to empathize with any of them? Because, they
one
all
that-
is shit.
The one who you're supposed to empathize with is Jessica, who's being forced to do all this shit.
Okay, so she is our
Part of-
focal point. She is who we should be feeling with.
Part
okay.
of the story, part of the thing about this story is it is about reading these perspectives of these characters and determining, like, who is the moral compass. And and Phage as Jessica ends up like, because of the Mirari, these two end up like unleashing the curse onto everyone. Until Kamal comes in and
Wait,
is like,
hold on,
hey,
hold
yo.
on. No, wait, hold on. When you say this is the same curse she has?
Yes.
Okay,
On
what happened to the
everyone and
baby? Who's the
everything.
baby?
The baby's the Antichrist. He's not important. Like, he's just there to be a plot point. He is a reference to a character in one of the first sets who doesn't matter. And he doesn't matter here either.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made all this up. So Kamal ends up intervening between all of them. And ends up throwing the Mirari between them. Which, in case you haven't noticed, anything involving the Mirari is bad.
Yeah, like it is the
bad.
Lochnar.
Yes, they should have destroyed it from the beginning. So the Mirari fuses with Phage and Achroma to create Corona.
Fuck you, Magic.
And Corona, basically, as soon as it's created, everyone on Dominaria realizes, oh, this is God. This is the closest thing to God that exists, and we should worship it.
I mean, it does have like a biblically accurate angel vibe going on.
And so, I just want to show the card for a minute because I actually really like the card.
Okay, please read the card aloud.
5/5 haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps Corona, the false god, and gains control of it. Whenever Corona attacks creatures of a chosen type, get +3/+3 until end of turn.
Okay, so she gets haste, so she goes first. So like that means that like her damage is dealt first, right?
No, it just means she gets to attack first.
Okay.
She can attack. She isn't affected by summoning sickness.
Okay. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player untaps of each player's upkeep.
Everybody gets control of her. She just goes around. It is one of the most flavorful cards in the set, and I love it.
And she's all the things, including a colorless.
Yep.
Which is of the type of your choice. So like you could attack with her, and then your donkeys, and all your donkeys are +3/+3.
And donkey is a creature type in Magic.
Fucking really?
Yes.
Okay,
They're
cool.
called asses.
Are you fucking with me?
No, look up the card Fat Ass. It is a card that exists in Magic.
No. I will not.
So,
damn it.
Corona.
CA, yeah. Corn cares not whose blood flows, only that it does.
Yeah. So, Corona, basically, like, has all these people worshiping her, but she baby, and is like, I don't understand this. I'm gonna go find myself.
Okay.
So she goes off, like, over the course of a day, goes off to find herself, comes back, and everyone's already killing each other in her name.
I'm sorry. Sorry. That's the thing drowned you out. Say it again?
She goes off to find herself, talks to some entities, comes back, and finds that everyone is already killing each other in her name.
And this is Corona?
Yeah, she's a god.
Okay.
At this point.
And she's the Antichrist baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she is the result of the Antichrist baby, the Mirari, Achroma, and Jessica all fusing together.
So she's like a fourth so she's a fourth Antichrist.
Basically.
Okay.
So Corona is not actually
Hang on 1 second. One second.
So in the story, Corona actually, like, she actually does some bad shit. She begins, like, trying to convert everyone to her proper way of thinking, which is head empty, mind blank.
Now, what happened to the Patriarch during this?
Oh, he ends up getting killed by Corona.
Okay, well at least there's that.
And she ends up going crazy. And the thing that is interesting is she is killed by two characters who do not have names. Or
So-
they have names, but they aren't important. There are no cards of them. They are not depicted. They are
And so this
artificial-
happens in the novels then.
Yes, they are artificial beings created by Ixiodor who realize that Corona killing people is bad. And they, having experienced life as fully conscious beings, do not want her depriving anyone else of that and stab her in the back.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
And
I'm okay with
she-
this.
And she is killed. And when she is killed, Jessica comes back as a planeswalker.
Okay, so like it splits out. Like,
Yes.
but hold on. If Jessica's back, does that mean the other things are back too?
No, they're both dead. All of them are just dead. Jessica's the only one who survives, and it's because the entire time she had a planeswalker spark. And
Okay.
through a traumatic
Oh,
event.
wait, hold on. Is this that fire girl?
No, not Chandra.
Okay. She kind of looks
So-
like her there.
Hank, time to
So
change the
Jessica
title again.
is thrown into the multiverse, and
Elder
immediately
Shizo
she
said
meets
Blagic.
Karn, who is a planeswalker. And
Hold on, I've got to change the thing to Blagic the Gathering.
okay.
That is technically an illegal change, though. I can only do one letter at a time. Yeah, I can only do one letter at a time. So, I assume you'd like Bagic, and then you can add an L later? Or would you like Magic? It's important. You can
Or
only do
Badge.
one. Or Bagic? Bagic the Blathering. Sorry, it's 2 a.m. Bagic. Okay.
So yeah, Jessica gets reborn as a planeswalker.
Okay, it's been done.
When she is thrown into the multiverse, Karn's immediately there to greet her.
Okay.
And Karn is like,
Hey,
Karn
my dad's
looks at her-
Urza.
well, no, what he basically says is he's like, I know what you're going through, and I'd like to help you through the process.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Stop the presses. Somebody in this series wants to help somebody with their trauma?
Yeah.
Wow.
However,
Oh.
there is one other thing that happens.
Do they fuck?
No.
Thank God.
Apparently, he created the Mirari.
Wait. Kern did?
Yes. He created
Why?
the Mirari. Well, he felt bad leaving the plane and wanted to leave behind something that people could use to rebuild their world. And something that could use their wishes to help them build up their civilization again.
But he didn't leave an instruction manual.
He did.
Oh.
No one could read it.
Fucking why? Why? So he left the actual instruction manual, but nobody could read it? Like they found it with it?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they read it?
The Cabal never bothered learning how. They just wanted to use it for power.
So like you could have been like, I wish I could read this book.
I mean, the Cabal could have, but they just like...
They
hey,
chose not to.
Wish-granting thing. We can make money.
They're capitalists.
Yes. Jessica's story is fuck the patriarchy. The patriarch
okay.
in particular, and fuck capitalism.
Okay, I'm down with it. Like that, I'm okay
So-
with both.
So
Sure.
Karn ends up going off, and after teaching Jessica, ends up creating his own plane, which I'll get to.
Wait, so Kern teaches Jessica, but then fucks off to make his own plane?
Yeah, try. What he wants to do is he wants to try and create life like himself.
Okay, so
that can understand him.
Okay, and he's a planeswalker, right?
Yes.
What's his planeswalker
He is-
specialty?
Machines.
Okay. Cool. I'm
Jessica,
always down for my
however-
artificial boys and my artificial girls.
So Jessica, however, realizes that Dominaria is in trouble. apparently all
Berserker,
the
stop the
fuckery-
presses. Stop the presses. You mean Dominaria is in trouble?
Yeah, it's in
Dominaria, of
trouble
all places.
because apparently all of the bullshit that Urza did fucked with the plane that it just keeps deteriorating. So Jessica sacrifices herself to save the multiverse. She takes what makes her a godlike entity, destroys it, and mends the plane. What she does is she completely alters the fabric of the universe.
Uh-huh.
As a result, planeswalkers are no longer godlike beings, and that's why they are now cards. They can
Okay.
be cards.
So they can actually, that's why we could have Planeswalker cards.
She seals all the portal, preventing magic items that allow people to travel between the planes.
Okay.
And from this point on, almost all of the interesting stories that take place in Magic are referencing one of these three events.
Okay.
The three events that I mentioned, which is
It's completely
Yawgmoth,
altered? Okay.
Urza, or Jessica. With one exception being the Eldrazi, which I'll get to.
Okay, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that eventually.
So, from this point on, I'm just going to do a little bit of freeform, briefly talking about the planes.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Some neat planes. Okay, I'm down with that. Like, okay, so plane number 1 right there. I already like it. I like the hexagonal.
That's the first one we'll be talking
Yeah,
with.
is that
We're going in
Mirrodon?
order, Pink.
Is that Mirrodon?
Mirrodin.
Mirrodin. Okay, I like that one. It looks pretty cool.
So the three planes I have here are Mirrodin, Ravnica, Kamigawa, and Ixalan.
Okay, so okay.
So first, let's go to Mirrodin.
Mirrodin. Okay,
Mirrodin
cool.
is the plane that Karn ends up creating.
Oh,
It is a plane
okay.
that consists entirely of metal.
Okay, so a heavy world.
Yes. And it is very, like, it's... He creates this world.
It looks like the H.R. Geiger, but without the sexy. Or the kinky.
Yeah. And what he decides to do is he realizes Dominaria is in trouble with Jessica and goes to help her. But as he's gone to help her, he takes the Mirari and gives it sentience and leaves it in charge.
No! Why would you do that? No!
He turns the Mirari into Memnarch, which is that guy you see with the giant M on his forehead.
Yeah! No! This thing seems bad!
Memnarch goes and begins abducting people from other planes and bringing them to Mirrodin.
Okay.
And he makes it so that he adapts them to live in the metallic, harsh environment.
Okay, so we got a Luxodon, we got some cat people.
This is Pink. This is where the Luxodon originates.
Oh.
Because what Mirrodin was meant to do with all these races was meant to show what races existed in the multiverse, because Memnarch was taking them from other places. This is the first time the Luxodon show up, and they would later become a D&D race.
Really? Okay.
Yes. There are the Luxodon, the Leonin, which are the cat people.
Yeah, I see some cat boobies.
There are the Vadalkin, which are the four-armed guy.
Yeah.
There are also, like, twists on, like, crowd favorites, like goblins, elves, vampires, which you see in the corner with those long spindly things.
Okay.
And there are just twists
What's
on
the thing on the far left underneath the Memnarch?
That's just
That looks like it's vomiting light.
That's an example of one of the creatures that exist on the plane, called a Broodstar.
Okay.
I just left it in there because I personally really like the
Because
card.
it looks, yeah, I thought it looked kind of cool. That's why I wanted to know about it.
Now, Karn ends up coming back, and is like, "Hey, Memnarch, what the fuck you did?" And beats the shit out of it.
Okay. So Memnarch is confirmed villain at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a problem.
Hang on one
Kills
second.
Met-
My
when
boy
he
needs
kills
me. Hang on.
Okay. Oh, so how you doing, chat?
I'm coming back.
I was about to talk to chat. We were about to share secrets about you.
Oh. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
So now, Karn kills Memnarch,
Okay.
and as he cracks open the Mirari, which powers
He
it-
made.
yeah, he made something leaks out,
Pretty boy.
a black oil.
Oh no.
So you know
Dori, dori,
how
dori, dori.
Karn fused with Urza and Gerard a little bit?
Yeah,
A little bit
no.
of Yawgmoth was in there as well.
of course. Honestly, here's the thing. I can deal with the
Mirrodin
Yawgmoth.
is under new management, Phyrexians.
They're back.
They're back!
They're back. Well, you know what?
back.
At least Urza didn't get out,
Yeah, no,
Right?
Urza's
right? He's never coming back, right?
I will say, so what ends up happening is there was a huge civil war between Mirrodin and the Phyrexians.
Okay.
And what ends up happening is Phyrexians previously were all black mana. Now, there's one of every color.
Okay.
And they end up being led by the person you see, each of the people you see here are one of the leaders of the Phyrexians.
Okay, so we got not Pyramid Head.
Not Pyramid Head is named Elish Norn.
Okay.
She's the White Praetor.
Okay.
There's then Shieldred, the Whispering One, who is the Black Praetor, who's the spider-looking lady.
Okay. I like her.
Vorinclex, the
Wait, hold
voice
on.
of Hunger.
Is her whole lower bottom bit a mouth?
Her whole bottom bit is always a monster. She can interchange what her lower bit is. And
Okay.
yes, that is a mouth.
Okay.
There's Vorinclex, the voice of Hunger. In the center there, I just kind of included that. I'll tell you about the person in the center in a little bit. And then right next to her is Jin Cataxis.
Okay. Okay.
Now, each of these follow a different, kind of transhumanism.
Okay.
And they're all very, they all have their own, ideas and stuff, and it's very interesting. But the important thing is the person in the center is the elf you saw before, who was the heroine of Mirrodin's story, named Glissa. And they flat out have her betray everyone.
Wait, they have her what?
They have her become a bad guy,
Okay.
which was interesting. But anyway, that's Mirrodin, and I really like Mirrodin as a setting.
I mean,
In
I
all
think it
honesty-
seems cool. I liked it. Had a lot of neat
in all
cards.
honesty, I pray that there might be a source book for D&D that is Mirrodin setting.
Ooh, like a
because
Mirrodin theme?
Yes, I'd love to bring that into Spelljammer or some shit.
Ooh, yeah, Mirrodin planet. Yeah.
Because the next plane is canon part of the D&D universe. Ravnica.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I remember them talking about this.
Now,
This is the vampire
Ravnica-
city states, right?
yes, Ravnica is a plane that consists of a giant city where the Lexodon are run. This is where the Lexodon are originally from.
Originally.
And where Memnarch took them from.
Okay.
The plane of Ravnica is run by these guilds. Each guild represents a color combination in Magic, and is basically like.
I think Matrix Banter nailed it. Not quite Sigil.
Yeah, not quite Sigil.
Hey Bude, welcome to the stream. We are doing
And
a lecture talk about the history of Magic the Gathering and how basically the only good person in the entire series fucking died. Everybody else is a shit.
everyone else is a shit.
Everyone else is shit.
So, Ravnica is very interesting. I don't know much about the story of Ravnica, to be honest. And
Okay.
to be honest, I don't care, because that's not the point of Ravnica's story. The point of Ravnica's story is to see these cool-ass guilds and attach your identity to one of them.
Okay, like people did with 40K and different Space Marine factions.
So, which guild do you belong to?
Oh, fuck. Was there a quiz that you could take to figure out which guild you were in?
There were at least 10, and I didn't want to pick any of them.
Okay.
I was tempted to link them, but I'm just there are too many.
Okay.
But
Okay.
basically, you got the Azorius Senate, which are... This is actually, I think, from one of the D&D books. It tells you what their official role is and what the actual role is.
Is one of those Barack Obama?
Huh?
The guy who looks like a paladin kind of looks like Barack Obama.
Oh my god, you're right.
He fucking does. I love him.
He is from Boros.
Okay.
Boros are the militias and the constables. They are the fun police.
Okay.
They are red-white. In all
Boros
honesty,
Obama.
in all honesty,
Delta Starfire. I can't unsee it now, Pank.
Of the factions, Boros is the one that has the most types of people in it.
Okay. Okay, I want just a one sentence. What is this? What is this guild about? What do they do? We're
Okay.
thieves. We're the badasses. We're
Azorius, they are no fun police. They
No
are
fun.
all judges.
okay.
Boros Legion, they are the fun police. House Dimir, they're all just a sneaky bunch of bastards.
Okay.
Golgari Swarm, they're waste disposal. They're death
Okay.
cult.
Okay.
Gruul clans, they're anarchists.
Okay.
Anarchists and libertarians, to be specific.
Ooh, what a that's a shitty combination.
Is technologists and libertarians, and the head of their guild is a dragon.
Listen, anything with libertarians is usually bad, my guy.
Orzhov Syndicate, they are capitalists. Capitalists as a religion.
Okay. So, like our world.
Yes, like
Okay.
our world.
Okay.
The Cult of Rakdos, kinky jesters.
Fuck yeah, that's sign me up.
The head of their thing is a demon.
Fucking sign me up. I like them already.
Selesnya Conclave, they're just fucking hippies.
Hippies, okay.
And the Simic Combine are let's attach crab arms to an elf and see what happens.
What? I'm curious. What happens?
They get crab arms. then.
Sweet.
I'm not gonna lie. My wife is part of the Simic Combine.
Crab arms.
My wife would be one of the people who's just like, let's see how many dicks we can give this Hydra.
Well, technically, an infinite number
They
of
keep
dicks.
growing after you
yeah.
cut them off. Personally, if I had to say one that I'd like to be a part of, it'd be Is It? But deep down, I know I'm Boros.
Yeah, I can see it. Can we combine crab arms and kinky jester gills with an arranged marriage or two? Says Mental Marsupial. And also Chaotic Awesome. How dare you, honey?
Okay. Next, Kamigawa. So, Kamigawa was basically, this is Japan. The setting.
Okay. I'm gonna first off let me critique this. I do like the art. I like the crazy demon shit down at the bottom row. Like that is some fairly absurd fucking crazy shit. I do see my favorite rat titties on the second level there. I'm liking that. I like the weird lizard looking people, the big old samurai up at the top.
Yeah.
Like I'm digging this. Like this does look like a very fun setting. How did they fuck it up?
So, they fucked it up because the card game was bad. Like,
Okay.
the cards, I love the art in Kamigawa. I love the flavor. The cards this block came immediately after Mirrodin, which Mirrodin was just insane how powerful the cards are. And they dialed it back here so people did not
So they're like, oh, okay, you're not just doing a power creep. Okay.
Yeah. I love
Okay.
Kamigawa. Kamigawa's story is basically the Emperor stole something from God and it pissed God off, so God got all of the spirits to kill mortals.
Okay, and now we fighting them.
Yep. And one of the things I admittedly really liked is the main character of the books is called Tonshiro, and his card is Black Mana.
Uh-huh.
And he is ostensibly a good guy. He does good things.
Okay, before you say, is he pictured in these pictures?
No, he is not.
Okay, because I was
forgot
gonna guess
about
that he was either the ninja or the samurai up top.
But he is a good character.
Okay.
And
Listen, you know how much I love Holocaust, and they're all necromancers, and they're generally good people.
yeah, One of the things that Magic has been consistent about is your mana color does not determine your alignment. Urza himself was white and blue.
Okay.
He was an evil ass.
Yeah, he was lawful dick.
And just some of the things that I really liked about Kamigawa is it had ninjas, it had Nezumi, which are rat people, it had the Orochi, which are snake people, and it had moonfolk, which are bunny people.
Was that the ones up at the top on the right hand side?
Left. No, the one on the left.
The one holding
at
the stick on the left.
Yes, the one at the top right are the Kitsune, which are fox people.
Okay, also good.
Now, recently, Kamigawa got a revamp. It's now cyberpunk.
Fuck yes.
It is really fucking cool.
Ooh, Talon says, I had the whole snake family of legendaries. The Daughter of a Sun and Shishiro and the Anointed.
Yeah,
I had a great deck of snakes.
Orochi were really cool.
And Delta, Screams, and Fox.
And when I first heard Kamigawa was gonna be cyberpunk, I was
Oh.
hesitant.
Okay, hold on. Before you go on, like... Yeah, all this looks fucking baller. Like, almost any of these pictures could be Shadowrun.
Yeah, one of the things I fucking love is they nailed it. They somehow managed to take a cyberpunk setting and make it feel Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
The story in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty is what it's called, is spirits are coming back again. And it's just, they're coming back to reattach people to, like, spirituality in this dystopian cyberpunk world.
Okay, so we're coming back for a good reason.
Yeah, they're coming
nice
back
reason.
for a good reason.
Like, that
And
fox is definitely... That fucking fox thing that looks like a tree is definitely good.
And, I don't know how to link it to you, but there is an anime opening of Neon Dynasty that's really cool. That they actually did for it. And it has a Japanese singing and everything.
Neat.
And I'll link it to you after we're done all the slides.
Okay, okay.
Moving on to the next place, Ixalan.
Okay, not as cool. Still pretty cool, but not as cool.
Oh, it isn't as cool, but I like it.
So what I'm getting from this is a conquistador dinosaur vibe. With, I'm looking there, some vampies?
So the setting of Ixalan is, it is basically pirates versus Aztec dinosaur riders versus vampire conquistadors.
Okay. Okay, alright.
And the entire setting takes place on a single island. And the story isn't important because this setting was made after Magic stopped caring about stories. So there isn't any story but what you glean from the cards.
Okay, like, so how it was originally, or how I perceived it originally. Egg! Oh, Darkstrider redeemed Lucky Egg. He got the first egg. Egg. Enjoy your lucky egg.
And, like, one of the reasons why I like Ixalan is because it included pirates, and with Kamigawa, you could have pirates versus ninjas as a deck concept.
We're working together. If you did a color combo.
Actually, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
They do actually share colors. Pirates are blue, red, and black. Ninjas are blue and black.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's just an interesting setting.
I mean, like, here's again, like, the artwork straight up, I do like it. I like me some dinosaurs and shit. I like me the pirates and things. It's pretty cool. Not as cool as the last one, but still pretty cool. Pirates are just wet ninjas.
Yeah. So, brief aside, I mentioned them earlier, but let's talk about the Eldrazi.
Okay.
So, the Eldrazi and Magic are a threat that they added. These, in terms of the card game, there are only 3 of them. They're called the Eldrazi Titans, and each one, they're game enders. They cost like 15 mana, but they're always like 15/15s, indestructible, and insane. I just wanted to talk to them briefly because the interesting thing about them isn't them. It is the reaction to the world.
Okay. Yeah, Salsa Jellyfish mentions this looks like Lovecraftian Elder Gods.
Yes. The Eldrazi are entities that consume planes. They are Langoliers.
Hold up for a second, Berserker. Bude RPG, you missed the entire Phyrexian saga. We went over all of it.
Yep.
We went over it from its rise, its fall, its invasion.
The Yawgmoth.
Yeah. The Yawgmoth, the Mogwioth, yep, the whole 9 yards. Right up to Jesker.
So, like, the Eldrazi as a concept, basically a planeswalker.
Check the VOD
Describe them-
after the stream. Check the VOD. We do go into it.
Yes. The Eldrazi are basically, as one planeswalker named Ugin described them. What you are seeing is not the full creature. It is just a hand dipping into a pool of water.
Oh, so this is the tip of in our reality that we can perceive.
Yes. And what they do is they're basically the Langoliers. They exist to consume planes.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know what the Langoliers are, they're a creature from a Stephen King novel that eats the past so that there can be a future.
So, interesting thing about them is they do have an intelligence that is impossible to fathom. They do turn people into horrible mutant things, but one of the interesting things I found is that they have pronouns.
Oh, they do?
And if someone is near them and they are thinking about that entity, the entity will force their pronouns onto that person's thought process.
What a weirdly odd thing to fucking include in your lore.
It was meant to show like how powerful they could be, but it's also kind of funny.
It's
so
what? Okay, so from going from left to right.
Left is Kozilek.
And that's the one that looks like a big worm.
Yes, him.
Him.
The center is Emerald, the Aeon's Tauren. She/her.
She/her.
And the one on the right is Ulamog, the Ceaseless Gyre. Him.
Oh, no, they, thems. Sad.
No, they, thems.
Shia-Lude.
I will say it is very funny. Like, Emerald, like, one of the planeswalkers is discussing Emerald, and he actually thinks to himself, why am I referring to it as a she? And he's just like, why is that? Why is it that I can't think of it as anything other than that?
And
he's
why
like,
is this important?
Oh shit, it's affecting my mind.
Okay, alright.
And it's very funny and just a fun tidbit. Unfortunately, like, there have been no books written.
About
just
these?
Short side stories about the Eldrazi as well as the cards. So we don't get to learn about them.
Okay.
Next aside, Planeswalkers. These are the New World Planeswalkers.
Okay, so these are the second ones that we talked about earlier. Yeah. And these are the ones that I have experienced with the online game Arena.
Yes, and the card game. These are just, I'm going to show a couple of them that I find interesting.
Salsa has a question. Salsa says, wasn't it Emrakul that birthed the other two?
I think so, but it's a little...
Little vague?
Yeah, little vague. It's intentionally vague because they're elder things.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go from right. I'm going to go from the top row at the top.
I'm not even going to talk about the massive planeswalkers in the center. I'm just showing how many there are.
I know, but I'm going to go through the top and then the bottom row, going from left to right, whether I would smooch them.
Oh, okay. That's very important.
Curran? Yes.
Good choice. He is the big metal daddy.
Second girl? Boring. No. Second guy?
Elspeth?
Boring. No.
Venser?
Ooh, white-skinned, like
She's
horn person?
One of the bunny people.
Kiss.
She's one of the
definitely kiss. Definitely smooch. Middle guy? I like his goth look. Definitely smooch. Next one?
Up there.
Would not smooch a little too goth. Like he's more like not the kind of goth I like. Wouldn't smooch. Fire girl. Would smooch. Would get burned.
Chandra.
Next one. This guy. I do like that big chest. I do like that. That fire hots.
That guy is from Mirrodin. He's one of the humans who grew up there.
Okay, is he a red creature?
He's a red planeswalker. Yes.
Because I would. Fire is hot, Pank. Yes.
You would fire up his forge?
Oh, I would get burned, is what I'm saying.
He would smelt you with his hammer.
Oh, Bude says my only dip into Magic the Gathering was reading the Thrawn. That was the very first thing we talked about and that we went over. Yeah, that was the very first
glad
thing.
someone talked about the Thrawn.
Yeah,
I
that was the
love
first
Thrawn.
thing we talked about. Okay, continuing. Elf Girl would smooch. Punk Human would smooch. Bottom Catman would definitely smooch. Next one over, Boring Blue Human would not smooch. Next one after that, kind of looks like a muzzle. Definitely gonna smooch. Next one, no smooch. Third one, or the one after that, the girl with like the red, would not smooch. The unknowable horror in the center, probably smooch.
That's Nico Bolas. We'll talk about him.
Okay. Oh, Nico, that's one of your favorites, isn't it?
I like him, but not as much as the other villains.
Okay. Red Man, smooch. And is that green one, the one right after the Red Man? Is that a cat boy? I can't tell.
That is Garrick. He wishes he was a cat boy.
Okay, no smooch. Next one, tentacles on head, probably smooch. And the lightning wizard would not smooch. Again, going to be top side, the really pale skinned girl with the sword.
No, hold on. Before you do that, these guys, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about their stories.
Okay.
And then you could decide whether or not to smooch them.
Well, just on looks alone, I would definitely smooch the top girl. And maybe the bottom guy there.
So, the bottom guy is Sarkhan, who you passed up.
Okay.
He's already in there. He's the guy between the vampire and the hot lady. In a different artwork.
Okay.
You said no to him. It's just different artwork for him.
Okay, yeah, he definitely looks way better in the bottom one.
Sarkhan is a very interesting character. And the people I put portraits here, it's just interesting characters because the new Planeswalkers, it's less of an overarching story like it was in the old stories. And the best example I could think of is old Magic the Gathering lore was comic book Marvel. New Magic the Gathering lore is Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the best way I would describe it.
Okay, Berserker. In chat, I don't know if you're keeping up with it, but Bude was
he looks better as a bottom.
And then immediately Delta, he looks better as a bottom. Good at bottom smash typing, same brain. Nice.
Yeah, no. But yeah, the new Planeswalkers are more like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Everyone has their favorite superhero. They all have their own backstories. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are literally
Is
just
the
like
bottom
this
middle
blank
dude
canvas.
Jace?
Yes, and I'll talk about him a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know an interesting thing about Jace. So, first, the girl you said you'd smooch. That's Nahiri.
There's so many girls I said I would smooch.
The one at the top right.
Okay, so the white-skinned girl with the sword.
Yes.
Who's too
Nahiri-
cool to look at explosions.
Nahiri was an old world planeswalker.
Okay.
Who ended up losing her powers when Jessica did her magic thing.
Okay, yeah.
She is evil. Her whole thing is she wants revenge against that vampire guy you wanted to kiss because she misinterpreted something he did.
Okay, so it's actually just a mistake?
Yeah, no, it is a mistake. He told her it's a mistake, and she said, fuck you. I'm gonna take away everything you love. And what she actually did is she lured the Eldrazi Emrakul to his plane of existence so she could consume it.
Okay.
Incidentally, his plane of existence, Innistrad, is all Bram Stoker themed.
Oh, nice.
I'd recommend you actually look up that because I'm not going to get into that plane, but it's very much, if you like Bloodborne aesthetic, it's very much that. Sarkhan is a very interesting guy who comes from a plane called, God, why am I blanking on the name? Tarkir. Tarkir is basically this plane that's Mongolian themed, and it has all these Khans who are vying for power. Sarkhan's he looks at all these people fighting and is like, man, wouldn't it be better if the dragons which we all hunted to extinction still ruled us? So he travels back in time. Yeah, so he travels back in time and prevents the dragons from dying.
Okay. Oh, cool.
This was a horrible mistake.
Apparently, yeah. Most
Because
most
here's the
most
thing.
most actions of planeswalkers appear to be mistakes, except Sarah.
Well, here's the thing. It was a bad mistake for everyone on the plane. Good mistake for him because he comes back and he finds one of his close friends who was killed in the Con War still alive. And he also finds that all the dragons are alive. And here's the thing. You may not like having spiritual leaders and like people who rule might from right leading you.
Yeah.
It's better than having apex predators lead you.
Yeah, I feel like that's. Yeah.
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 So things were great for Sarkhan, not good for everyone else. Next down there, right next to him, Liliana of the Veil. I really like her story.
She's the one next to
Necromancer.
Jace. Next to
Yeah,
Jace.
she's the Necromancer.
Okay.
She actually
Okay.
has a very interesting story where it's similar to Jeska's in that she ends up being taken advantage of all these powers, and her story is basically her finding her own power and voice again.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Jace, I'm not going to talk much about Jace, but I do want to say one fun thing.
I know that his shit is very overpowered.
It is overpowered, but that isn't what Jace looks like.
That's not Jace?
Jace is a master of illusions. That's how he presents himself.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He is described as a slightly overweight, acne-riddled, half-beard man who is
Okay.
like someone who played Magic the Gathering who's presenting himself as that.
As a cool dude.
Yes. And it's actually funny because what ends up happening is he ends up losing his memory and he has a glow up because of that. Because he basically on Ixalan hangs out with a bunch of pirates, works out a bunch, and gets ripped.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets
All right.
ripped,
Okay.
and he ends up getting Vraska ends up becoming his girlfriend.
Okay.
It's very cute.
Okay.
Next, on the very left, Huatli. She actually is one of those blank slate characters. There isn't much about her personality, but she's
So
a
wait,
cute
you're
dinosaur
telling me
riding
that?
lesbian.
So okay, I was gonna say, okay, dinosaur riding lesbian. You sold
Yeah.
me.
Dinosaur riding lesbian. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. That is in fact all I need to know.
So, final fun little tidbits. I want to talk about Baron Sungir because he's a fun little character in the lore.
Okay. Okay, so this is what he started as? On the left?
Throughout all these planes, there are these cards called Sengir Vampire, Sengir Blood Harvester, and they're all vampires.
Yeah.
The lore behind that is there is this guy named Baron Sengir on Dominaria, and he basically contracted himself to a bunch of planeswalkers.
Okay.
These gullible planeswalkers would summon him to another plane, and he would just, before he bamfed back, he'd just make a bunch of vampires in that plane to, like, proliferate himself.
Okay. Cool, cool,
It's
cool.
just very funny.
Okay. I'm
And he
digging
is
it.
basically the sole reason why vampires are throughout the multiverse.
So he's the reason for, like, Ravnica?
Yes, one of the vampires who created Ravnica was one of his spawn.
Oh, hang on one second, Bersy.
So, chat, how you guys doing? You enjoying? I'm gonna interact with you guys now.
You will not be interacting with
fun?
my
I'm
chat.
having fun.
I'm back. I'm
A
back.
lot of this stuff. Oh, okay. I was talking to chat, and you came back too quickly.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So, next tidbit, and this has to do with what my original thesis statement, or the original thing I talked about, the Dragon.
Okay.
What is
I remember the
Ur-Dragon?
Dragon. Yeah.
So, in Magic's history, the earliest recorded event in Magic's timeline was the birth of the Dragon. The Dragon was born in Dominaria, and he vomited up all dragons across the multiverse.
Wait, was this the white dragon on the box that you never got?
No, that was an aspect of the Dragon.
Okay.
The Ur-Dragon
Okay.
is basically a god. And after he vomited up all dragons, he divided himself into 5
Now,
parts.
I have a question. When you say vomited up gold dragons, do you actually mean like he vomited them, like in like a mythology, like
In
Uranus pulling people from his head and shit?
Yes, in the canon, it's described as a roar. I prefer to think of him just vomiting dragons.
Okay, fair. I can dig it.
When the Ur-Dragon vomited, he created 2 initial kinds of dragons.
Hired goon. Dragon's breath weapon was dragons.
He created 2 initial kinds of dragons: the Incel Elder Dragons and the Chad Primordials.
The Chadwick Elder Dragons.
Here's the breakdown. The Virgin Incel Elder Dragons, as you could tell, wings outstretched to make them look bigger. They
Gotcha.
look like a fucking gremlin. They have horn extensions. They actually have horn extensions. Kills their own brothers. They're wearing clothing because of their body insecurity. And they only have 3 fingers. Well, look at the Chad
okay, salsa of a jellyfish. I love that description. That's amazing. It's bees like a breath, but a breath weapon on dragon scale.
Elder Dragon.
And
Yep.
Incelder dragons.
Now, look at the Chad Primordials. Sculpted muscles, arms outstretched for hugs, cum gutters, no pants.
Oh, hell yeah, cum gutters.
As friends and family, they regularly hang out with.
Okay, I'm digging them.
Yeah. Now, one of these Elder Dragons is Nico Bolas.
Okay.
Now, as I mentioned, he looks like a fucking gremlin.
He sure do.
And after Yawgmoth...
Nico Bolas not getting a smooch because it just looks like shit would get in the way.
Yeah. After Yawgmoth, Nico Bolas, which, as you could see, he was an old card. He was retconned to be a planeswalker.
Okay.
And his whole story is after Jessica did her thing, Nico Bolas got pissed off that he no longer had godlike power. He was only semi-all-powerful.
Oh no.
And his whole story was he was going about to, his whole story was he was trying to reclaim that. He was trying to become an old world planeswalker in a new planeswalker world.
Okay, of course he was. Sure, he's a
He's trying to
dragon.
make-
All right.
He was trying to make planeswalkers great again.
Fuck you.
Now, I like him because he's a mustache-twirling villain, but he in no way has the depth that the old villains did.
Okay.
And this is shown by how he's actually defeated. His end story involves him basically teleporting every planeswalker in existence to Ravnica so he can harvest their sparks and add it to his own. What ends up happening is
It feels
built
like
up
an
to be like,
unwise move to like summon all the most powerful creatures in creation.
but he's more powerful than them, and he has anti-planewalker technology.
Okay.
And what ends up happening, though, is he ends up losing because of one mistake. You remember that character Liliana?
I think so.
So, Liliana, the thing that harvests
Which one? Which one was she again?
She's the Necromancer.
Okay, yeah. From the new Planeswalker set.
Yes. So here's the thing. He makes a mistake. Now, the thing that he uses to harvest planeswalkers are zombies. So naturally he needs a zombie, someone who's a necromancer to be in charge of them.
Right.
Now, can you see a problem with him putting a necromancer in charge of harvesting souls?
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, he forces her to do that, and he puts her in charge of the soul harvesting thing. So, she immediately turns it on him.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
I would.
So, another YouTube video, which, that is a trailer for War for the Spark, actually shows this, and I'd like you to actually bring it up after the slides are done, because It's to a song that you will laugh at. You will laugh at when you hear it.
Okay, I will watch it after the stream.
Now, I do want to say one thing. You know how I mentioned
If you want, you can send. If you want, you can send it to me right now, and I will link it in the stream for the chat.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me bring it up. I'm gonna link 2 videos.
Okay.
One of them is the Kamigawa's.
Right.
Kamigawa.
The anime trailer one. I'll link them both into chat for everybody. Oh no! We're just gonna link them in the chat, Salsa.
Yes.
So you guys can watch them on your own stuff.
So this is War for the Sparks trailer.
Okay. Is this the anime one, the first one?
No, this is
Nico Bolas
the
getting
one I
betrayed?
mentioned that you'll laugh at.
Okay.
This is the anime one. Hold on. Grab and link. This is the anime one.
Oh, it does look super anime.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good animation.
Okay.
Now, there's one final thing I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
So, for this stream, you guys know that tournament pack I mentioned.
Yeah, the one at the very beginning that you bought by accident.
I found it on sale.
Oh, how much does it sell for now?
Regularly it sells for $130.
Okay, that's not too horrible. For like a whole
I found it on
pack.
sale, $70 for a pack of vintage cards.
Did you buy it?
I bought it.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna open it now.
Oh, wait, you haven't opened it yet?
I have not opened it. I've intentionally left it.
Oh,
If
holy
I
shit.
can somehow stream if I want to capture it, I can do it from my phone, but that might require some jiggering with you, if you're okay with that.
Okay, hold on. Would you rather save this for another Magic the Gathering talk, and you open the cards then, and we can, like, get it prearranged so that, like we have a camera on it?
For that pink.
Okay, just pop it open now and tell us what cards they are.
So I actually have here. What are the valuable cards in the set are Captain Sisay, the Phyrexian Altar, and Elvish Champion.
Captain Sisay was of the magic ship that Urza made, right?
Yes, and the card itself is phenomenally good.
Okay. All right, open it
also,
up.
anything foil.
Mhm.
Because if something is foil, hold on, let me see if I can get the ASMR here.
Oh yeah, get it right up the microphone.
Oh, there we go. And the one cards I don't want are the Leech Cycle, which they're bad. I don't know if you read that card, but it says green spells you control cost 2 more.
Why?
All of them do that. They're very bad, and I don't know why.
Okay. All right, just rip that shit open. Fucking crinkle the wrapper in the microphone so we can all hear it.
Oh, it has that new magic smell. That
Technically, that old magic smell.
it does. Like, it is amazing. Like how nostalgic this is.
Okay. Well, buying a 70...
Cards are open.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if the packs were immediately, like... Uh-oh. Yeah, I might need to talk.
Were you robbed?
Maybe. I'm doing a quick...
So what you're telling me is that you bought a pack of magic cards and they were opened inside already?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the rares are gone.
Motherfuckers. God
good thing is
damn it.
I'll be able to talk with the,
So they sold you a $70 big box of shit, but they already cleaned out all the cards worth it.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh no, there are rares. Whew. Sorry, I was wrong.
Okay. Okay, hold on, chat. It might be okay.
Yeah, no, I was wrong. I just completely... They were in the wrong area.
Sounds like jellyfish. The true magic experience.
I didn't notice them, but that would be funny. Oh.
But were the packs opened? Like in the box?
I think apparently, like, the tournament packs are just immediately opened to begin with.
Okay, weird.
I mean, here's the thing. The cards that I got are... I mean, they aren't high value, but I wasn't expecting high value anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what are the
I
odds?
didn't get a leech, which was the important thing.
Okay. Tell you what, Bersy, what I want you to do is I want you to take a picture of all these cards, and I want you to put it in the Discord under the tabletop RPG stuff.
Oh, I
That
will.
way everybody can see what cards you actually pulled out of the deck.
Well, at least they don't have
It
burn
has that
damage to
good
them.
old magic spell.
Darth Strider says at least they don't have burn damage.
Hold on, I'm actually gonna check to see if tournament packs at this time were...
Do you have any more slides, or are we at the end?
No, we're at the end.
Okay. So, chat, this is Berserker. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for years.
I had a lot of fun writing.
Oh, this has been a wild ride, and I fucking enjoyed it. So we will definitely be doing stuff with Berserker in the future. Berserker, however, is CA's partner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Husband, yes. I'm going to give a shout out to Chaotic Awesome, because the least Berserker can do while they're here is at least boost CA's street cred.
I am, if anything, I am just here to support my wife.
There you go. Good boy. There's a shout out for Chaotic Awesome.
Okay. Okay, so I actually found out this is
Hold on,
how-
we're looking at some weird elf shit.
Found out those are just how tournament packs are. Oh, God. The Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash. So, chat, if you are not following Chaotic Awesome, what are you doing wrong with your life? And I can tell you, you're not following Chaotic. Yeah,
What are you doing wrong with your life?
yeah.
I
Follow Chaotic Awesome. You will definitely enjoy her content. She is very fun. She guests with me here. She guests with me here every Friday. We do Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Speaking of which, I'm going to have CA with me this upcoming Friday, and we're going to start our Malkavian run.
You may not like it.
It's probably going to be the second to last time that we play Magic the Gathering. It's probably going to be the second to last time that we play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, because I've decided that, like, we're not going to play some of the Evercleanse because they're boring. So we're going to do Malkavian and Nosferatu, because those are the last two interesting playthroughs. So,
And listen,
but we're going to do Malkavian starting this Friday.
I follow CA so much I married her.
There you go. Yeah. And if you follow CA enough, she'll leave you, leave Berserker and marry you.
I mean, we might need to talk something out. Maybe add him to the harem.
Yeah, add him to the harem. That works.
Add him to the harem.
Yeah. Yeah, harem. Okay, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming with me here today. Thank you very much for sitting through this magic talk. I had a lot of fun. I hope you learned something. I actually weirdly feel like I've learned a decent amount of the lore. Like how I was like, okay, so it's like, the captain of the ship that Urza made. Like, I'm like, oh god, I've actually, the squid is actually learning.
Pink, here's the thing. I basically just glossed over everything. I would actually recommend reading some of the books if you can find them.
I'm probably going to pick up that first one.
I would recommend the Thrawn, also just the Mirrodin books, because Mirrodin, like, the Mirrodin books actually go into the ecology of these worlds.
Yeah, so Berserker, I want you to go ahead and prepare whatever your heart wants you, or your heart wants you to prepare. Like, what do you think will be a fun talk about? But narrow it down, so let's do an entire talk about, like, Jace. Or let's do an entire talk about Kern.
God, no. Listen, I don't know if I have it in me to do another Magic deep dive.
You do.
Maybe something, but what I would like to do is I think it would be good if we did some kind of deep dive thing, maybe into like let's talk about Spelljam, or
shit, you little bitch. All right.
Or maybe like some D&D settings or some shit. Hell, I'm sure we could just sit here and fucking talk about Magic, or like not Magic, D&D stories.
We
D&D
could.
story hour.
Okay. So you definitely want to come back for something, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Also, like, I'd be down, like, there are games I feel I could commentate on and help you out with.
Okay, listen. I'm always down for having co-hosts who know about who are well versed in a particular game. So, think about games that you know really well, like that you love, that you've played a whole bunch backwards and forwards, and maybe we can see about playing one of those games. You can be like my game guide. Actually, fuck, maybe yeah. I reinstalled Arena.
I could probably teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, you can be like my magic guide while I'm actually playing rounds. Would you guys like that? Would you like a little cat on my shoulder giving me Magic the Gathering advice while I play against randos on the internet?
Oh, I just noticed something in the cards I got.
What's that?
I got Rift's Attendant.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
You know the card I mentioned first, the other attendant, Treva's?
Oh, yeah, the attendants.
I got Rift's Attendant. Rift is the claws of the Ur-Dragon, scattering seeds of devastation.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, no.
I fell for that trap. Don't do it, Pank. Says your wife.
What? Listen, my wife has a very nice vampire wedding themed deck.
Nice. Okay, so we will arrange for something like that in the future for Berserker to come back and chat with us, probably be the little black cat on my shoulder giving me Magic Gathering advice. So, what I'm going to do now is we're going to set up a raid. It is the nature of Magic that casual players get drawn into it every 2 to 3 years, play it a few months, and then lose interest again. Yeah, I think I'm in the play it again cycle.
Yep, that happens.
So please stick around for the raid. We are going to raid someone in just a second. It's probably going to be... Let me take a look here. It's probably going to be Demi, because they're doing Horror Nights, Horror Sundays. So we're going to raid Demi Bun. So I've been Pank. I'm a little pink squid on the internet. This has been Berserker. They're a little black cat on the internet. The Bersy, the little black cat on the internet. Raid that rabbit. So that is going to be our raid message. It's going to be it's going to be raid that rabbit. Our raid message is going to be raid that rabbit. Bleh. Let me get his channel up. Hit the raid button so it starts going. We've got, you can support me by doing follows. Follows are fantastic. Subs and bits, also amazing. I love them. Exclamation point tip. If you'd like to just bypass Jeff Bezos and just help us out directly, which is also good. We also have a throne, that Esh link there. Things on the throne are pretty fun. They are mostly stuff for our cats, except for one throne thing I'd like to put a highlight on. A button maker for Esh. If we get the throne button maker for Esh, we are going to give out free buttons that are channel-themed pictures for subs who will put them in Esh's shop. She's going to give you a special code, and that special code will basically get you a button for the cost of shipping. And we're going to release different buttons every month or two that are different channel-themed buttons for you guys to have. That is assuming somebody uses the throne and gets us the button maker. Because we want people in the channel to actually have something from the channel. And I thought, what does no other streamer do? They don't have, most of them don't, except for a Patreon or something, don't have a thing that you can actually get from the channel. So you're gonna have Pank-themed art buttons, or maybe you get a button that's one of our channel emotes and stuff. So yeah, get us the button maker, and we will make fucking buttons for you guys, and we'll give people who are subs get a special code so that they can get it basically from a price of shipping. All right, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and raid Demi Bun.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Look at this hold on. Look at this adorable little good cat.
Oh, kitty cat.
Yep. Hold on. But wait. Look where this cat is now. Meow.
I'm gonna paw at your face as you sleep.
Aww.
I'm gonna jump up onto the barrister and then
cat.
stick my butt on your face because I'm a cat.
That's what cats do.
And that's what I do.
That is right with the world. A cat should do that. All right, you guys have fun at Demi Buns, and remember, if you've got our sleepy time, it is the time for the sleep.
You take
Click
head,
head,
you
put on pillow,
and then
and you sleep.
If you cannot sleep, may I suggest the warm milk? You can sleep like baby.
Sleep like baby. There you go. All right, remember to use our raid message when you get over to Demi's channel. It is Raid That Rabbit. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Give me a little kiss.
Mwah. Mwah. For the kitty. Bye-bye.
Kitty.